is Jungle Intuitive. My name is Bird. I'm a baby shaman here on the YouTube verse. I do live collective oracle readings and also pick-a-piles. Today we are doing a live pick-a-pile on what your next home is going to be. Today I'm going to try my best not to get too involved in the chat today since this is a pick-a-pile and I'm more intentional with my reading today. I hope you guys don't mind the change of backdrop. I'm currently kind of working, but it's a little slow, so I decided to take this time to just shoot out a quick reading for you guys. I know a few of you guys are actually pretty excited for this one, so I just wanted to put it out there right away. Anyways, if you're new here, welcome, really appreciate it. Feel free to leave a like or a comment if this resonates with you or anything I said really validates something you're going through or really speaks to you. And if it does, you know, I always appreciate a comment, or you could even privately email me your experiences and let me know. I always appreciate it. Lets me know that I'm doing my job for the divine properly. I was supposed to have background music right now, but my computer is broken and there's a bunch of crap going on. So I hope you just don't mind the ASMR of the background noise right now. You know, if you have followed my channel for a while, I do have some disruptive neighbors, so I'm sorry if you end up hearing some hateful things. You know, I do live in an area where people struggle with drug addiction and mental illness. You know, we just have a mental hospital that closed out a few years ago, so we do have a few people that live nearby that might yell or scream randomly. We're just gonna use them as confirmations, crackhead confirmations, you know what I'm saying? So we're just gonna go right on with it. Hey, Meta Crazy. Oh my gosh. Hey, guys. All right, so good to see you. Okay, so this is the pick-a-pile. Woo! Before we get started on your 3 options for the pile, I'm going to go ahead and do a sound cleanse. I hope you guys don't mind the lack of background music. I usually like a little white noise in the back, but I just don't have the technology right now. All right. Hey, Cat and Fiddle, good to see you. All right, awesome. It's like our new mod here. Actually, Cat and Fiddle has been on this channel for like actually a really long time. I remember you like being in my comments like at the very, like kind of towards the beginning. So thank you so much for being here. So glad to finally add you as mod. So we're gonna get right into it. These are the 3 piles here, the pile selection. I think I'm just trying to see how this is gonna be laid out. Sorry, it's a little messy back here, but this is our 3 piles. So, oof. Usually my presentation is better. So pile 1 is going to be this this little sword that is like a pen. I think it's pretty sick. I got this like in 2006, so a good amount of years ago at Disneyland. It says Pirates of the Caribbean on it. This is a cutlass sword, like a pirate's sword, but it's also a pen. Okay, that's pile 1. Pile 1. Pile 2 is gonna be this Realtree Milwaukee folding knife. This is my favorite knife. I got it at my last job. I've sharpened it like about 5 times by now. Look at it. Isn't it beautiful? I don't really like the metal on it though. It's not hard, so it kind of dulls fast. But this is pile 2. Pile 3 is gonna be this Mrs. Meyer's Clean Day multi-surface cleaner. This stuff smells really good, by the way. I'm not sponsored. I just, you know, whenever I clean my house with this stuff, it makes the whole room smell really good. Like this brand has a really strong scent to it. Oh, puppy. Maybe somebody here has a dog who's watching me who might pick that pile. But anyways, I love seeing dogs like walk by. They're so adorable. But anyways, pile 3 is Mrs. Meyer's Clean Day spray multi-surface everyday cleanser. And the scent is compassion flower, in case you guys were interested in smelling that in real life. It's my favorite scent by this brand. I use it to clean like countertops. I don't like using it to, now I'm making this a cleaning vlog, but like I like using it to clean like some surfaces, but not like everything, because it has a strong smell. But I like it because it like freshens up the area like really strongly. Sorry. Anyways, maybe that's significant for some of you guys. That might help you pick pile 3 or pile 2 or pile 1, whatever I said. You know, I'm a rambler. But anyways, I'll just let you guys meditate on these 3 piles before I get right into it. Just let me just, you know, you go ahead, just kind of the way this is set up is kind of funny. I'm like, let me just move over and you can just kind of like, all right. Anyway, such a Gemini. Okay, are you guys talking about me? I am a Gemini, by the way, so all right, I'm here for it. I'm here for the Gemini facts. Anyways, we're gonna get onto pile 1. All right, pile 1. What is your next home? What is your next living situation? I'm just gonna, I don't have an order, particular order to what the heck we're gonna pick up on. I'm just gonna pick up on whatever energy this is gonna be. Maybe I'll get a timeline too, whatever they want me to tell you guys. All right, this is pile 1. So if you picked pile 1, this is going to be the Pirates of the Caribbean cutlass sword pen. It's got a little hangy thing. It's kind of cute. Okay, we're getting a tropical vibe here. So if you picked pile 1, I feel like your next living situation is going to be something kind of like you almost felt like was impossible. I'm going to be really honest with you. This is definitely like an impossible miracle type of feeling. And, you know, apply the roles as they fit. Like, if this resonates for you, this really resonates for you. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. You know, you could pick another pile. But I feel like right now, you are living in a situation that is going to completely flip over and become completely opposite. You could be living right now as you're watching me. You could already be looking at homes or just kind of manifesting it. And you probably have a timeline, or even, especially if you have been putting in some sort of financial plan for yourself, some sort of savings plan. Thank you so much, Cat and Fiddle, for modding. But, sorry, there's some shit going on in the chat. I'm not paying attention. But, like, you could be living in a place that is, like, maybe a little run down, or maybe you would consider it not the best, like, facilities. Like, maybe right now you have a problem with your plumbing. Somebody who's watching me could have a problem with, like, their electricity, their lighting, something in their house that you were gambling for a while on repairing, and it's just so expensive, and now maybe you could be thinking about moving instead. Pile 1, like, this is kind of like an all or nothing, like, I give up type of vibe. I heard I give up. Pile 1, you could be like really at your wits end. I don't know why I said it that way. Wits end. I also heard land's end. So you might be living somewhere by the beach next, or you could already live somewhere called Land's End. Land's End is a location in San Francisco that is by the beach. That's why I thought of it. It's very beautiful. I live in Northern California, where there's a lot of beautiful beaches up here. It's not like, it's a little bit of a different vibe from SoCal. Here they're a little bit smaller. They're kind of treated like parks, and people just come out with their dogs, their kids. It's nice. And the weather's colder out here. But I like it. It's breezy. But, you know, maybe that's a place you live by right now, or you're trying to look at. You might be looking at places that are by the beach, by the water, somewhere that's more natural, where you would like to get in touch with your spiritual side, or just heal yourself mentally. I heard you want this to be a rehab in a way. Pile 1. So pile 1, you basically, your next living situation is going to be a surprise. I heard it's a surprise, as in like the way it comes into your life, especially if you already have some sort of savings plan involved in moving to this place. Like, you already have a plan set in place. You already put aside money, like every month, every week for something like this. And you don't, right now, I feel like you don't expect to go there super recent, like, not recent, I don't know why my English is off right now, super soon. Maybe people where you're gonna move are gonna have a different language from you. They might, English might not be their first language of this land. It might not be the native language. People might actually have another language. They might have an accent. They might get words mixed up, or maybe whatever language you speak primarily, it's gonna be kind of secondary in this place that you're gonna move to. There could be native people, there can be indigenous history here, there could be actually like a tribal history wherever this is. For some of you, and it doesn't have to be like super like by the beach, it could even be inland, it could be like somewhere like in the South where there are like Native Americans history, something like this. If you're in America or anywhere really in the world where there is a tribal history, like India, I heard someone could be moving to India, or like Bangladesh. There are like tribal people that might live nearby in the wilderness. There's also, like, I heard Southeast Asia. My family's from Southeast Asia. I'm like, and there's like the hill tribes, you know, so you could be living somewhere where there's hill tribes. Thailand, I heard Chiang Mai, northern Thailand. You know, there's some tribes up there. Laos, I heard Laos, Myanmar, parts of China. Someone here could be like going somewhere to study something. When you move to this place, you might end up studying the history, or something about this is a little bit more, it's a little more, I don't know if philanthropic is the word. I don't know if that's what it is. It's like something about like you're going to go to this place, and it's not just going to be like a place that's similar to where you came from. It's not going to be like, if you're watching me from a city right now, confirmation, if you're watching me from a city right now, this is not you moving to another city. This is not you moving to another place that's exactly the same but a different version. No. This is like completely off, like where you might have to learn the history or some sort of custom, or even some sort of lingo, local lingo, or words that everybody uses that you may have to learn in this place. But I feel like where you're going to be moving, people are really nice. I feel like people are very, very community based, but it's not forced. It's not like you have to be this way or that way. It's very accepting. I feel like it's a very diverse place. I'm seeing a lot of rainbows. So rainbows could be really incorporated. Maybe there's a lot, the weather there is beautiful. Maybe it's tropical. Maybe it's humid. Maybe there's a lot of mist in the air where it allows for rainbows. Maybe it rains a lot here. Wherever this is, it rains a lot possibly, and there are rainbows. And then I'm hearing, that Somewhere Over the Rainbow song. So I don't know, maybe someone here is going to Hawaii. Someone here could be going to, like, what is that place called? Bali. Someone could be going to the Philippines. Someone could be going to somewhere really off. Okay, I feel like the place you're living in right now, it's very low vibrational. I think the people around you are jealous of you or angry, or maybe if it's not that, if you don't interact with people where you live, maybe the problem is that there are no people to interact with where you live. Maybe when you need help, or maybe you would want a neighbor, they're not there. Wherever you are right now, and it's going to be completely opposite from that. Or where you are right now, there's people around you that are just really racist or mean or strange, or just don't like you, or have a different religion, or really strict vibes. I heard really strict community, very like, so, I heard the current place you're in, you don't make sense. It doesn't make sense to you. It's not meant to. And like, you don't understand why people don't like you. It's because you're different. And I feel like when you go to this place, immediately off the bat, you will be absorbed in. You will be treated like family. I heard this is like I heard, like, you know, when people say, yeah, it's just like a family, you know, the neighborhood is like a family, or like a workplace. Oh, the workplace is just like a family. But when you get there, it's more like they're the family, and then you're just by yourself. Like, you feel alienated. Like, it's not like that. No. This is genuine. When people say it's like a family, or it's like everybody's a community, they're very genuine about it. Like, they take care of their own wherever this is. They take care of their homeless, I heard. They take care of their own homeless. They take care of people who have problems in this community too. Like, they include everybody in this community. It's very, like, I'm seeing hands holding on to each other. So some of you guys could be living on a co-op or a commune or something, or you could be thinking about moving to some sort of commune, or some sort of like community group. Others of you, I just see this more as like a neighborhood, or like a city, town, state, where everything is almost run like that. Like, everybody's very community based. I was watching this video. I watch these real estate videos from other states because I like watching realtors and you know, local guides talk about where they are and like how it is to live in places. And there's this one lady who was talking about Honolulu, and she said how people in Hawaii, they don't honk at each other. They never use their horns in their cars in Hawaii. like whenever there's a problem, this lady on the YouTube video, she said whenever there's a problem, really, you pull over and you get out and you talk to them. Like you talk to them like man to man, woman to woman, or whoever it is. Like, do you have a problem? There's no, you know how there's videos, you know, from America usually where people have road rage, they get out and pop, 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 you know, there's some shit that pops off. This is kind of the type of place where it's like opposite of that. It's kind of, I'm thinking of that situation where she says nobody honks. And she said the only time people honk in Hawaii is to get your attention, like, hey, I'm here, or to be friendly, like to get the attention of your friend in the other car. It's never like honking to like be angry, because people there, I think like she's trying to say that people there are very very like not confrontational, but they're very like very true, very genuine. Like they're gonna talk to you. If you have a problem, I'm gonna go up to you, I'm gonna talk to you about it right now. We're not gonna honk, we're not passive aggressive. Maybe where you live right now, people are passive aggressive, like they don't tell you they have a problem with you. People are really fake. Maybe maybe you do live in a city or like a town, and it's like this place where you're moving to, people are very like that. They're like, if you have a problem, let's talk about it. You know, very like, hey, do you need help? Or like when they see someone fall over, they're like, hey, let me help you up. Like it's very, very like honest, like a very honest place you're living. And I feel like this is your karma, because you really deserve this. You deserve a place where people are more compassionate. Maybe all your life you've lived in places where people are not compassionate, they're judgmental. Maybe this was karma that you had to serve for your past. Maybe when you were younger, you could have been, you know, falling under categories like this, and maybe you went through a whole cycle of living in different places where I feel like, this is not a karma reading, you know, this is not like a clarity reading, but I just want to throw in there, you know, you could have went through you could have lived in places where you dealt with people that reminded you a little bit of you. And you had to go through that to become the ultimate neighbor for this place. Because there's like certain, I don't know, like, you know, not everybody's perfect. Like, even when you're a teenager, you know, sometimes when you're a teenager and you're like, you know, you live somewhere and maybe you made a lot of ruckus as a kid, or you were, like, for example, me, like I used to do graffiti. I was not like the perfect neighbor or shit like that. And it's like, you know, and then, you know, you pay for it later. You deal with vandalism later. You had to go through certain phases. It doesn't have to be that deep, you know, but like there's something about how you had to deal with people that had to reflect to you, like how to be a good roommate, or how to be a good neighbor, or how to be a good townsperson. Because maybe in the past you were acting in ways where you weren't aware, and you are dealing right now with people that are unaware of themselves, and they're showing you how to be a better neighbor, how not to act, basically. Like maybe these people remind you. But there's something about how this phase of your life is over. This whole like karma payment in form of your living situation is over now, this phase. And this, wherever this place is that you're gonna move to, this is your karmic reward. This is like finally here, it's finally now. It's finally here, it's finally now. I feel like when you get this, I see someone opening a document. I feel like when you get this opportunity to move here, you might not believe it at first. You might have like that dull sense inside, that numb feeling where you're like, just trying not to let yourself get excited. Even I heard like when this comes in, it's like this is a big life-changing thing. This is huge. Like I definitely see you moving to another state or another city, like really far away, like on the other end of the state. Like this is like where, hey, good to see you. This is like where you have to make new friends, you know, where you have to make a whole new situation. And like I said, it could be somewhere tropical or somewhere kind of coastal. I heard it doesn't have to be like somewhere really out there. It could be like the beaches could be, you know, foggy and pale, you know, they don't have to be tropical, but whatever this is, it's by the water. It'll be very healing for you. I feel like you're going to end up raising a family here if you don't have one already, raising a new family, chosen family, or your own kids if you're around that, if you're in that situation in your life. Let's get some more information about your next living situation. What is pile one's next living situation? What is their next living situation? What is this about here? Their next home? Four of Swords. Okay, I already see this is, so with this Four of Swords, I already see this as like, this is a place that you would typically vacation to. Again, it's like, this is wherever you're moving to, this is a place you would either you have vacation to this place, you go to this place regularly already, or this is a place that you would. So this is a place you would visit as a tourist, but you also don't mind living at. Do you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes, some people live in like touristy places, but it's not that great to live there, but it's great to visit. This is the kind of place where like I feel like there's a lot of things to do wherever you're moving to. This is definitely another city. I don't think this is gonna be, you know what, I was gonna, usually when I see these readings, they're about the house. I'm just seeing a lot about the town. I'm seeing a lot about the local life. Like it's really gonna change. It's not just your home. Like it's not just your actual building that's changing, but it's actually the whole entire, like your whole life is changing with this home. Like this is a whole different phase. Like I feel like you've been waiting for this stagnancy to be over. Like you're waiting for a new flip, and this is that flip. Like it's in an extreme way, and it's a place where like it could be so big, like the town could be really big or have so many different little neighborhoods that are super diverse, or something about it, like the area or how the state or the city is built, where there could be like a part of the city where you can do this kind of activity, and maybe even the weather over there is different, and then if you drive a few miles down this way you can do these kinds of things. Like maybe if you go to this side of town you can go clubbing, but if you go to this side of town you can go to the beach, you can calm down, you can go to a restaurant, or like it's like kind of like you can, if you need to take a break from wherever you're staying specifically in this place, you can take a short drive, I heard, or a bus ride out to another environment. Like it's really easy to switch environments, or like take a break, or like even take a little breather or a vacation. It's like a staycation, I heard. Like this is the kind of town you can staycation inside, which is crazy. Like you don't have to actually go out of your way to relax, I heard, or have a date night. It's more like wherever you're moving to, it's going to be right there, like a few miles away. Like it's a very luxurious place, I heard. And it's good for I heard the locals like it and the tourists like it. So this could be a touristy place, because this is like merch that I got at Disneyland. Okay, this is like a tourist souvenir. This is a souvenir. So this could be a place that sells souvenirs with the town name on it. There could be like towels or t-shirts or hats. Every town has low-key merch of its own. I feel like in America, especially California, we have like hats for like every city in the Bay Area here. Like there's a lot of different little like fancy little merch and vintage things, and I don't know, fashiony things that people make up for like towns and their logos. But this is a place where it specifically has entire gift shops, I heard. Or like there could be a really prominent monument where you're moving to, or several monuments that are ancient that people buy merch at. I heard like someone could be moving to even like Santa Cruz, because I'm thinking of the boardwalk. Like their monument is like the beach boardwalk and the mystery spot to me, and those are places that you can go into and buy souvenirs from, and it's kind of funny. I was thinking of the mystery spot. I don't know if you've heard of the mystery spot before. It's like this kind of gimmicky little spot place that you go to, where it's like this really old cabin that sits on this hill, and apparently there was like this big earthquake that happened like a long time ago, and it shook the cabin up, and the cabin kind of like ended up being on a tilt, and it basically like it's a physical phenomenon of gravity. Like people go there to kind of like, it's hard to explain. It's called the mystery spot because nobody knows why whenever you drop a pencil on this cabin, it goes down the hill and then it rolls back up. Like it's almost like a optical illusion or something like this. People can't figure out why this place has a scientific phenomenon around gravity. And people think it's electromagnetic waves. People think it's aliens. Some people just think it's the way things were skewed in the cabin when it shook up. So but I don't know why I was thinking of that. Maybe this place could even have aliens. There could even be alien lore wherever you're moving to. I'm thinking, I heard Nevada, or like somewhere out there in the desert. I know I said coastal, but for some of you, it could be a place with a desert. Like it could be completely opposite. There could be like alien hunters in your town, or Bigfoot. There could be merch about Bigfoot or aliens where you're moving to. It's kind of fun. It's going to be a fun place. Or like witches, because I know Salem, Oregon, they have merch about witches. They have an entire like a little thing, like a tourist attraction about witches, whatever, the witch trials, because it's Salem. So like it could be like funny little quirky things about your town history that they have merch for. I don't know. I kept thinking of the mystery spot because I thought it was hella funny because their gift shop is like the funnest part, honestly, of visiting there because they have thongs that say the mystery spot. I was just thinking of that, and I was just like, I don't know, like it just makes me crack up. So this could be a place that's kind of like really like lighthearted like that. Maybe they have even souvenirs or like merch that's like really funny. Like there's like, I don't know, like, um I have this shirt that my mother bought me from Hawaii where it's like a bunch of women with their asses out. Sorry, excuse my language. Like there's a bunch of women in bikinis and they're turned around and then it says nothing but. And I never wear it out in public because I don't want people to think I'm a douchebag. I wear it to like sleep or to work out because whenever I wear it out, people like give me a really nasty stare. But like this could be a place that sells merch like that, kind of like funny stuff, like nothing but, and it's like a bunch of butts, you know, it's like, or like a boob mug, you know, it could be a place that sells boob mugs. Or like butt mugs. Maybe someone's moving to San Francisco, you know, they have like really funny gimmicky merch there too, like you know, I don't know, I just feel really happy for you, pile one. I feel like people are gonna be really happy for you when they hear that you get to this place. Ten of Pentacles. Oh, I'm so happy for you. Right when I said I'm so happy for you, the Ten of Pentacles comes out. And I feel like, I don't know. I just feel like, man, I was just so happy. I'm just, oh man, I just want a hard clap for you, dude. Like, just, yes. Like, I don't know what this is. Like, I feel like one of those, I just saw like a guy golfing and just go, and I don't watch golfing. I was like thinking of like Tiger Woods or something going, yeah. That's so random. I don't know. Maybe this is somewhere by the woods. Maybe someone's name. I don't know. Maybe there's like Thai people that live here, or Asian people, or I don't know. Thai, cause Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods is part Thai, I think. Or like, I don't know. Or is that Orlando Bloom? I don't know. Maybe there's exotic looking people there. I don't know. Maybe you will be considered exotic when you move there. Maybe this is a really different place, like very, it's considered exotic to you. I feel like when you move there, you're gonna have like really good attention. I feel like a lot of people are going to give you positive attention that you're not going to expect. I think wherever you're living right now, you could even feel ignored or just under, like people like kind of purposely ignore you, maybe because you're different or because you're just, I don't know, you're you. And I feel like when you move to this place, people are going to give you a lot of attention, but it's really positive. I think you're going to be really like pleasantly surprised. Like when you get there, you might even get shy because it's like a new place and you might keep to yourself, and people might go out of their way because people are so friendly wherever this is, very tight knit community. Like I said, they might be like, wow, I like your hair. Where are you from? I could tell you're new here, you know, wow, blah, blah, blah. That's so cool. And you might end up making friends like the first day you move there. Like I heard the first day you land in this place on the plane, it's like everything makes sense. It's like I made the right choice. It's like I made the right choice and I'm never going back. Like I'm so happy for you. I feel like you're gonna get really, really beautiful, really handsome. Like even your looks are enhanced. There's something about the humidity in the air or the dryness of the air. I said the dryness of the hair. So like I said, there's something about the air here also that's gonna really condition your skin, make it look really shiny, really conditioned, or it's really good for your hair. Like if your hair gets really frizzy and humid air, then this could be a place with dry air and your hair will always look good. There's something about the weather here that also makes you look 100. If you do better in cold weather, like you work out, maybe just like if you're into fitness, right? And you like working out in colder weather because you can go longer, like me. No, actually, I like hot weather. I like working out in hot weather personally. I love it more than cold, but maybe, you know, for example, this can be that kind of place and your body will be enhanced, you know, as a result. So it doesn't have to be like actually beauty wise, but it could be your health that improves from the weather here, something about the air quality, just something about the environment that's going to really enhance your beauty or enhance your looks and your health. Like you're gonna really glow. If you ever visit home, visit family, visit old friends from this place, they're gonna really notice. They will speak about it. They'll be like, you look great. Like it's like, I've never seen you look this vibrant before. Like, I'm so happy for you. I don't know, pile one is, I'm so happy. This place, I feel like it's gonna be a little bit pricey. I'm gonna be really honest with you. It might be a little pricier. This might be a little bit shooting for the, what is it called? Shooting for the moon. This is definitely a shooting for the moon situation. I mean, you're already saving for it, but something comes in to help you get this. And this is something that you wouldn't have ever imagined paying the rent this much for also. I feel like there might be some sort of like, I don't know, like a career, also like a career opportunity that has to do with this place. Like it could be nearby. You might end up working in a shop that you've always wanted to work at near here, or like the kind of business. Like if you've always wanted to cut hair, you already have your license, or you don't even have it yet. There's a salon next to this place, and you go in, and it ends up getting you onto that career path. For example, like the people that own that salon are really kind to you. They want to help you get your hours in to become a barber or a hair cutter, and that's the start of your career. It's like everything's set up. I also heard someone wants to tattoo. It's like a tattoo shop's right there, and they really like you, and they're like, hey, work for us. Or somebody here could do something very specific. Like you could even be a reader like me, a psychic reader like me. You might thrive in this place. You might like find a lot of spiritual people. Like you might find the right crowd. You might get a lot of clients this way. I also heard like if you're a therapist, someone could be like a psychotherapist or some sort of therapist or meditation guide, coach. I heard you were gonna make a lot more like money here and do a lot less work or deal with a lot less stressful patients or stressful clients. There's something about less stress and more money and more stability. I'm really happy for you. But also the Ten of Pentacles tells me here, it's a confirmation that you will be making a family here. You will be creating a family here. You might either meet your soulmate or meet somebody you're supposed to be with if you are single shortly before moving away to this place. This may be somebody that you meet if you're single, that or if you're not single and you're kind of like I don't know my future. I'm not judging you. I'm not judging, but like, you might meet somebody that really clicks with you, and it might be to the point where it's so comfortable that y'all move together, because it's like, why not? I feel like you could be really emotionally hardy or emotionally ready to do risks like this, to do impulsive things like this. Like I feel like you could be at the point in your life right now where you've been through enough tests from God, you've been through enough tests from the universe, and you've been hardened and you've been strengthened to be able to take risks like this and know you'll be okay. And it could be the risk of moving to this place completely, a completely different place where you don't have any friends, any background, or even just getting in this relationship, falling in love with this person and moving with them. And others of you guys, if you are still single in this situation, when you move there, you might meet someone there. I feel like a big amount of you guys, like 75% of you guys, are going to meet someone when you get there. Like it will be really soon. I heard a month to 2 months after you move there, you might meet somebody, and you might end up marrying them and having kids, and you will have an entire life established there. There's something about how you could have been manifesting stability. Like I heard like longevity. Like you want something that lasts, you just want something stable, and you just don't want to ever worry about it wavering or about making the rent for it. You just want to live life and just have everything set, like everything is comfortable. Find your place. Like you want to find your place at this point. I feel like you could be either at the age or at the point in your life where you feel like, I'm just done hopping around finding myself or finding where I want to go. I just want to find my real home now. I want to settle down. I want to sit here and build a life. So this could be your intention, pile one, right now in your life, or your ultimate goal or your end goal. If that doesn't resonate for you, these are collective. Feel free to pick another pile. But yeah, this is going to be that wish. This is that wish. This is that manifestation. Maybe some of you guys kind of like gave up on that. You gave up on that manifestation, but like it's coming in really soon. Hold on, let me see some more information about this here. Six of Swords. Wow. Holy shit, dude. Six of Swords. Some of you guys could be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. If you are, this is a huge confirmation for you. And some of you guys could be an earth sign that is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You could be meeting an earth sign or marrying an earth sign if you are an air sign, or vice versa. You might meet, if you are an earth sign watching me, and this is a huge confirmation for you, you might meet an air sign that you fall in love with, and you might, I heard Six of Swords, you are going to float away. You're going to escape with this person. There's something about escaping. This person, whoever this is, there might be a weird situation about your living situation where you have to feel like you have to escape for some reason. There might be something that already came up where you already feel like you got to escape right now, where it's kind of like everything is on fire here, and there's anything that isn't here is better than this place. It feels like your home is a giant dumpster fire, and it's kind of like, you know what, any place, even if I have to pay a little extra, is better than this. And it's kind of like a Six of Swords situation. It's like you meet this person right in time, you guys do a whole mission impossible, and you escape. Others of you guys, it's kind of like Also, I was also sensing like there could be people around you that you sense were trying to sabotage you or trying to like stop your money flow, or like people from your past. And there's something about how you will successfully float away from these people. These people, their plans don't work anymore. They just can't manipulate you anymore, I heard. And I feel like everything from this point on, I even heard right after you watch this reading, it's like your mindset's going to change completely already. I feel like if you do resonate with people trying to sabotage you, or something happened here to you where someone sabotaged you or tried to, where they delayed you from moving to this place or delayed you in time from like getting to this place in your life where you can move. And I feel like with the Six of Swords, that's finally over, and it's like you're escaping those people. I feel like they're relentless. They might continue to try to sabotage, but they can't do it anymore, because there's something about how you just do not care anymore about the situation. There's something about how you don't care about your living situation at all. I just saw someone spill a can of beans on the floor and they didn't clean it up. I just saw someone spill some shit and they're like, yeah, I'm not cleaning it up, fuck you. Like, there's something about how you don't like your landlord, or you don't care about like this place anymore, or this town, or wherever the fuck this is. Like, you're just like, yeah, fuck you all, like, you guys are horrible, like I don't care. Like, there's something about how like you just spilled some milk in the ground and you're just like, yeah, just sweep it under the oven. I'm over this shit. You're not painting over the cracks anymore. You're not doing repairs anymore. It's just anything is better than this. And I feel like you're finally getting that. Like, there's something about just like abandoned ship. I heard abandoned ship. These people can't affect you because it's like you have zero investment in this place. Maybe these people have all their investment in this place. Maybe they're jealous. Maybe they're territorial or something. Maybe they want to push you out or make you feel like you're not welcome here, but they want to like use you as like an scapegoat, or I don't know what your situation is, but there's something about how like you have now lost all investment in the place you live right now. Like, you don't, maybe in the past when these people tried to bother you or slow you down, it was more like you had a little bit of hope or a little bit of a possibility of staying in this place that you're living in right now and like continuing and seeing down the line. But now it's like all investment is lost. There is no hope. And I feel like because you lack that hope, you don't give a shit about what anyone is saying to you about you. I feel like when you don't have any hope in people, right? Because if you want people to, like, let's see, like when you have hope, right? And when you're talking to people nicely, it's kind of like you have a hope that that person is going to be nice back to you, or they're going to benefit your life in some way or be friendly. But when you realize that person's a total asshole or a bitch, or they're racist, or they're fucking homophobic, or whatever the fuck they are to you, or they just are dehumanizing you, you know how you just drop that act completely and you're just like, you know what, fuck you? I feel like that's you to this entire living situation. It's like, you know what, just fuck you. Like, you dropping it now. And I feel like just because you're dropping the whole entire thing now, you're telling the universe that I don't care what you do with me, take me out now. Like, take me over there now. Take me to the other locations. Like maybe you were constantly kind of trying to manifest it, telling the universe, okay, I want to move. I'm doing the work. But maybe you were rushing yourself, and you were also getting money for this in a way that was detrimental to you. You were probably, mentally kind of beating yourself up over it, I heard. And I feel like they're trying to say the whole reason why this opportunity and this manifestation is finally coming in is because you are supposed to drop all investment and all hope for the current place you're in now. Like, you could have, like, you were confusing the universe with like, oh, maybe I like this place, maybe I don't, maybe I can make it work, maybe I can't, maybe I can, like, there was a whole back and forth thing over the years. Like, maybe things were nice, you can live in a place that could have potential to be nice, but maybe there's people around you that are very unpleasant, or there's something about the plumbing here that's really like gross, or something about the infrastructure that's falling apart, or just the community sucks. And it's like, I feel like hold on, I just lost my drop. It's kind of like, because you finally are like, you put the cap on it and you're like, you know what, I'm totally okay, land or fall, to take this leap. Like, you're in this place where if I jump off this cliff right now and I don't land on the water, I don't land on the rocks, I don't care. It's kind of like, all right, the universe is like, you're ready, and now I'm gonna give you this. because they didn't want you to hesitate. I heard your ancestors didn't want you to ever hesitate. They don't want you to regret. They don't want you to mess this up. They don't want you to mess up this opportunity by like being traumatized or missing this place, or even I heard they were trying to prevent you from starting a connection in this place. If you're single and you resonate with the whole finding love thing in this new place, they want me to tell you they were preventing you from meeting someone here. Like they were preventing you from making the wrong choice or bad investments. And you could have been like, dang it. Like you could have like met a guy or a girl, right? Like that's cute or something at your job in this current town. And then they end up being an asshole or a bitch. And then you try to date another person in this place locally and they ended up being an asshole or a bitch. And then it kept going on and on and on. And then your neighbors are still horrible and disgusting, or they're tweaking, or they're throwing shit at your house, and everything's falling apart. Your landlord sucks. They're not doing any repairs. It's like over and over and over and over again. It's like the universe like making fun of you for investing in this place, like constantly making a fool of you. And I feel like now that you've let it go and you're like, you know what? Like I'm done playing these games. It's like the universe is like, okay. they're like, all right. There you go. Here you go. Here's everything you ever wanted. It's like, because they just don't want you to look back. They do not want you to turn back. They don't want you to turn your head back ever for a second. They don't want you to remember anything. You could even have zero positive feelings about your current living situations. You have zero positive memories about this place or about anyone there. Like almost zero, near 0%. And so it's like, that was by design. Okay, Two of Cups. What did I say? There's something about the place you're living in that is against love. Okay, is a blockage to love. I don't know if there's a demonic debt on the land you're living on right now. It could be like again, something about like the city or whatever you're living in, the land is cursed or something, or the land is owed to the original owners. It could have been like stolen land, like it's built on top of Indian burial ground, or like on top of like, I heard burial, like there could have been like actual, like back in the olden days, like I don't know, I heard slaves. Oh man, there's really bad karma like where you live right now. And that could be why people don't treat you right here, especially if you're part of like, if you're like a different ethnicity from a lot of the people in your area. This could literally have karma going straight back like really far in this town. Like for example, like I live in Redwood City, and there's like a history of like Japanese internment and like Chinese slaves building the railroad that goes through here. And I get a lot of strange messages because I am, I'm a psychic. I would get like a lot of weird ghosts when I would move here, like a lot of strange messages and a lot of people, like a lot of like possessed situations towards me. And it's weird. Yeah, I when I moved here, I had a weird vibe, and then I looked it up, and then I was like, oh, okay, like there's a really weird karma here with like Asian people. Or something like a racist karma, you know what I'm saying? So this could be like your current living situation right now. You live somewhere where there's like a karma, like a racist karma, or even against women. Like you live somewhere where maybe you live somewhere where there were witch trials, where they were like burning women at the stake. Like you could live somewhere like that, and there's a negative karma, and maybe there's a lot of women that are mistreated or abused by a pattern like in your area, or like whatever group you're part of. And it's because of the karma of this land that you're on. And they want you to leave. They wanted you to completely let go, because everybody from this area, it's like there's an attachment that's not right. That could be why you're detached. And Two of Cups, you will be rewarded with a soulmate. You'll be rewarded with a proper connection. And like I said, if you meet this person in this town, they're made to leave with you, because they're also not karmic, or they're not attached to this town, or maybe even the karma from your current living situation also affects them in some way. Like they're also affected by it. Like they could also be part of some sort of group that that was discriminated against, used in I don't know, that was given bad karma in this area. Do you know what I'm saying? And they could be made to leave with you. And others of you, it's just somebody that's in this new place. But there's definitely something to do with love in your next living situation. Definitely a relationship, a really serious one, a really kindred. I heard kindred spirits. I heard this is very, very deep, very passionate, very romantic. It's like maybe you could be somebody who has been like kind of like complain. Maybe you could have complained, like, why is everybody here not romantic? Why do people laugh at me Why do like if you're a woman, why do the other women laugh at me for actually wanting a commitment? And they're like, ha ha ha, you think guys here actually want a commitment? You're stupid. Or if you're a man even, hey, why are all these chicks hoes? Why are they fucking stupid? Why don't they want like stability? Why does nobody want stability? Why is everybody karmic? And it's kind of like because, you know, that the attachments, the connection, it's like something about how like you're gonna meet the right person, or you're gonna move somewhere where where you make more sense, where your view on love makes more sense. Which is beautiful. It's beautiful. So pile one, let me ask a little more about how this is gonna come into your life. Maybe a little bit about your living situation. Let's see. Tell me about what it looks like. What's this place gonna look like that they're living in? What's this place gonna be like? Queen of Pentacles. Dude, you're gonna, holy shit. Oh my God. Dude, you're gonna look so good. I just cannot reiterate enough. You're gonna look so good, pile one, at this new place. Like, if you take photos of your home, or like even selfies or something, like you may become like a home decor influencer, or whatever, interior design influencer. Like, this place is beautiful. Do you see the Queen of Pentacles? She's a rich bitch. This is the rich bitch right here. This is like the lady that doesn't need anybody or anything. She's not some guy's wife. She is the wife, and the guy is her husband. Do you understand? That's you in this place. And if you're a man, same shit. You're the man, she's your wife. I mean, not to be like, you know, sexist, but you know what I'm saying? You make the money, this is your house, or you put your name on the lease here. It's like your last name. You're married, it's under your last name. It's like a dominating factor about you in this place, because you look so good in it and you paid for it, and it's like amazing. And it's just, I don't know, people didn't expect you to get this. Others of you, you're the head bitch in charge. Like, people are gonna look at you like, damn, that lady must be super successful, super talented, super smart to be in this place by herself like this. Something about this boss bitch. I heard girl boss bitch. For guys, I heard you guys are like I heard like Mac Daddy pimp. You're gonna look like a total, like, I don't know, like really, 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 really like hot in this place. I heard people will follow your social media just to look at your house. It's very beautiful. I'm seeing modern fixtures, like maybe like a lot of metal fixtures. I heard rose gold. Maybe someone here likes rose gold. You might have like some of your fixtures be rose gold just because you feel like it. I also heard pearlescent or iridescent. Someone here might have like iridescent gold like fixtures in their sinks, or like in their toilet or something, like really fancy. Wow, classy. Maybe someone might even have like a old-fashioned clawfoot tub in this house. Like, it might be a really expensive vintage bathtub with like the feet. It's expensive here. This could be, for others of you, this could be like an old Victorian that was renovated and modernized. So maybe the outside of the house could look old, and it could have features on it that are like Victorian old, but like they redid all the counters, they redid it in a way that's more livable and modern, and this is gonna be very like really nice, like really high end. Maybe when people go to see the outside of your house, they're gonna be really impressed already, like, wow, like this is beautiful, this is very quaint. And the moment they step in, they're like, this looks like some like celebrity's kitchen in Calabasas. This doesn't look like a Victorian home. There's something about like the inside doesn't match the outside, but you like it that way. I also heard TARDIS. Someone could be moving to the UK, England, because TARDIS is from Doctor Who. And in Doctor Who, the TARDIS is like a little telephone box that they use as a time machine. And on the outside, the whole thing about the TARDIS is that, or the telephone call box, is that it's small on the outside, but when you go in, it's like got multiple rooms. It's a whole spaceship. It's got a whole control panel. It's like you can run around, jump, and like have like 500 people in there. But it's like on the outside, it's a little box. So this could be like something like this. Like maybe your home will even have a downstairs, and it like leads into a basement that's like a den, or like some sort of loft down there that is like most of your space. And maybe on the outside it looks really small. It could be a really cool situation like that. Like others of you, I heard it could be a hobbit house. It could be like a house that's built into the side of a hill or a mountain here. If you were thinking about living somewhere, I heard like Viking background. I heard like Scandinavian. So this could be like a place out where there's like a lot of long grass. I'm seeing I'm seeing like one of those hobbit houses that are built in the side of the hill. There's like a lot of hay as a roof, but on the inside it's really modern. There's like a lot of modern technology, modern fixtures. I heard like the sink, if you run your hand under it, goes psh, like by itself, you know, like stuff like that. The trash compactor could be automatic for some of you guys if you like that, but others of you it's just going to be modernized and really nice, like really impressive. All right, but this is really good though. It's not gonna be cheap. It's not gonna be some. I heard, oh my god, I heard it's gonna make your last place look like a crack house. It's gonna make your I almost teared up from that. It's gonna make your last living situation look like a crack den. Man. Dude, oh my god. And then look at her flower. Like, I feel like you're gonna be really in love with this place too. It's gonna be everything you wanted. I feel like you're gonna take a lot of pictures of your house. Like, if you don't take pictures in your house of yourself a lot, or like of things in your house now, because maybe the carpet is like an ugly color, or like, you know, there's cracks on the wall and it's ugly, and it's like when you move here you're gonna want to take pictures of everything. Like, everything's gonna look hella aesthetic. Like when you put your hat on the counter, it's like, oh whoa, it looks like art. Like, it looks like you could sell stuff like off of your countertop, like straight up. Like, it looks really nice compared to like your house now, I heard. Meta crazy, it was a crack house. Yeah, thank you for the confirmation. Damn. Yeah, also I see your style kind of like changing. Like, you might change your style, like maybe because of the weather. Like, maybe it's going to be a lot hotter than you live now, or a lot colder, and like your style will change, but it will match this house, which is really cool. I heard someone's gonna wear a lot more white button-ups or big puffy white blouses. I heard. I don't know where people wear that these days. I think they wear them in like tropical areas, right? Or like I heard Barcelona. Maybe someone's moving to Spain. That's giving me like a Barcelona vibe. Maybe like European kind of vibe. Italy, like maybe somebody's moving to Italy, Italian coastside, where people wear like white button up, or they wear something nice, like it looks like they're going out, but it's just because they're going to the store. Like, this could be a place where people really dress it up. They really zhuzh it up. I heard where this is. Maybe people. Oh, hold on. Sorry, guys. I just dropped some cards. Maybe people speak French here. Maybe people speak different languages here. I heard Japanese. People could speak Japanese here. People could speak French here. People could speak Spanish, German here. Vietnamese. People can speak Vietnamese where this is. Maybe you're moving somewhere with a big population. I also heard Tagalog. People could speak Tagalog, like the Filipino language here. Three of Cups, there's going to be a lot of bars and nightlife where this is. There is going to be a lot of nightlife. If this is like a small village, there's going to be like a little downtown area where you can walk to. Like I said, there could be like tourism here, a lot of tourists. Okay, so you know what's funny? Under the Six of Swords, I'm going to move on to the next pile because I'm taking a little too long here. You know how the Three of Swords came out to the Six of Swords? So you know how I said you're going to be escaping something here? There's something about how, like, you're also going to be escaping something right on time that was meant to break your heart. Something about like the Three of Swords, something was meant to break your heart, something was meant to hurt you, or it was going to, but it's like you're gonna leave in the nick of time. You're gonna meet the love of your life in the nick of time and leave, and it's like it's not gonna affect you. Three of Swords, like maybe you're after you move, you find out your building gets shut down and you were about to be evicted, or you were about to be fired from your job, or like you were about to be dumped. Like, maybe you break up with someone in this move for some of you guys, and you made the right choice. Like, you find out this person's fucking psycho. Or something like this. I don't know, like you're glad you didn't invest. But there's something about how also the timing of you moving here, it's like gonna make you really glad that you didn't invest in something that would have kept you in your old place right now. So let's see, how long is this gonna take? Three of Pentacles, okay. So there could be other people involved in giving you this opportunity. It could be like friends or family members. I heard like if you have estranged family members, they may try to like get back on your good side, or like try to repair things with you, and this could play into you being able to move here somehow. Maybe you reconnect with a family member that ends up, you know, that is not toxic, and they end up, you know, if you're from a situation like that, and they end up like hooking you up with a place, you know, out in this area, or they know somebody, or they know somebody who knows somebody, you know what I'm saying? Or this could even be like some sort of financial situation, like they give you money, or somebody gives you a gift that you don't expect, and it helps you get there like immediately. I heard like this could even be like you get a large lump sum of money, and the first thing you think when you get this big check is, I'm moving, I'm going there. Like the night that you get this check, or you get this help, or you get this opportunity, you start looking up apartments or Airbnbs immediately, wherever this is. And you could end up like end up moving out or leaving like probably within a week after finding this, or a month. Like it's kind of like I could not leave wherever you all, like I could not leave wherever I am right now soon enough, something like this. That's what like what someone's telling me here. It's like I couldn't leave soon enough. All right. Or this could be through your work too. Three of Pentacles. I also feel like this could also do with like your work. Maybe a client or customer comes through that lives in this area. They might fly you out, or they might want to invest in you and have you open up shop here, or like you work with someone wants to invest with you or co-own with you a business, and you end up going there, opening this thing, and this opens up a lot of doors for you, for some of you guys. But this is like definitely something that you're not expecting that comes in, and I heard you're gonna take it by the horns, and you're gonna definitely ride it to the sunset. You're gonna definitely get it. You're definitely getting this one. Okay. All right, thank you, Pile One. I hope that resonated for you. I hope that brought you some comfort, or like some validation with your situation, or, you know, really resonated with you. Please let me know if this really goes through. You know, if you end up actually moving here, please let me know. I would love to hear about it. I'm going to go ahead and move on to Pile Two. Thank you so much for being here. And if you're going to still watch the rest of the piles, feel free. Thank you. What am I drinking? I'm drinking an iced coffee. It's an iced coffee from the local donut shop. It's just a plain iced coffee with ice in it, and the lady hooked me up and gave me some half and half, and then I threw some cinnamon in it and a lot of sugar, and that's what it is. Thank you guys for the confirmation. All right, we're gonna get on to Pile Two. Before we get on to Pile Two, I'm gonna run the singing bowl to clear the last pile's energy, just so we make sure they're separated. But if you want to choose all three piles, feel free to do that. If you feel like, you know, somehow all of them apply to you, go ahead. All right. This one's pretty solid. All right, Pile Two. Thank you. Oh yeah, no problem. It's not really special. It's not like a special drink or anything. It's just coffee. Helps me poop. That's why I drink it. Okay. Also, because I am tired. All right, Pile Two. Pile Two is the Milwaukee knife. It's the Realtree Milwaukee knife. This is for those of you guys who picked Pile Two. All right, so if you pick Pile Two, what's your next living situation? I feel like this is going to be somewhere very in nature. This could be a place that has access to hiking trails, access to the forest. I'm definitely getting more of a forest vibe or a jungle vibe here. I don't get a lot of city vibes though. I'm going to be really honest. If this is a city, this could be a city that is literally right next to the woods. I heard someone could be moving to Atlanta. They could be moving to Georgia. Someone could be moving to, I heard some parts of Texas, Florida. Someone could be moving to Florida. Canada. I heard Canada. I heard Alaska, Alaskan wilderness. Someone could be moving somewhere where it's kind of like, where you might have to carry a first aid kit. Pile Two might have to carry like, this could be a place where, I heard Australia? Holy crap. Pile 2 is giving me Australian vibes, honestly. You know how you know how in Australia, all the bugs are like huge, and like all the animals are scary, and like, I don't know how they're surviving out there. Like, this could be that kind of place where like, it's like giving Australia vibes, where it's like, everything is big, like the nature is really big. Maybe the nature is bigger than the people that live in it, and the people that live in this place have to carry equipment or carry things with them to help them navigate or help them kind of like, what do you call it, like, I can't come up with a word right now off the fly, but just kind of like adapt, there you go, like help humans adapt to the nature in this area. And that could be as simple as mosquito spray. Like maybe it's a really common thing that there's a mosquito problem in this area, so everybody carries a little mosquito spray with them, and it's really common because that's just how it is. It's the nature. There's something about how mother nature rules wherever you're moving in pile 2. Pile 2, maybe a lot of people are vegan there. Also, people could be vegan, not everybody. This could even be opposite. It's either people are really vegan or really eco like focused, or this could be like a place with a lot of nature, but a lot of people love meat. They love barbecuing, they love meat, they love guns, maybe they like doing like a lot of aggressive. It could either be like extremely aggressive things that people like in this area, or they really really like the opposite, like vegan, you know, everybody ride a bicycle, and you know, it's very like protect the environment. It could be like, or it could be both those extremes in the same place for some of you guys. Like it could be either, I don't know, it could be both. Where people hunt, so it's like, sorry, I see guns because it's like either people have like hunting, like there's a side of people that hunt here, and then there's also another side of people that do not hunt or eat animals, and it's opposite. So it could be something like this here. There could be also something to do with hunting that is essential to living here. Also, that could be what I was picking up on with like, oh, you need tools, or you're gonna need like certain things to adapt to the nature. The nature, mother nature is bigger than people here, so it's like there could be bears, you know, people could be prone to bears in the area, or like mountain lion. Maybe people do carry guns here because of the animals, or like you know, like the predators out there, or like you know, like I said, bug spray, something like this, or there's something about your lives that have to adapt to the nature in the area. If not, it could just be that the bugs there are just really freaking huge, or the animals are really huge and you have to be careful. I heard wild hogs. There could be like wild pigs there, like warthog, wild hogs that are like huge. I also heard like turtles. That's really random. It could be turtles there, random animal. That's not really a predator, but that's the snapping turtle is. Snapping turtles are scary. I also heard coconut crabs. Man, coconut crabs are scary. Maybe there's like an animal that's not typically scary in other places that's scary here where you're moving to, pile 2. Like coconut crabs, because I don't know if you've ever looked up a coconut crab, but you know how regular crabs are this big? Coconut crabs grow up to be like this big, and they're very scary and menacing to look at. I don't know how I would react if I saw one in real life. I think I would like run. I don't know if I would smash it on the head and eat it with butter sauce, or if I would run. But like they're kind of like menacing looking, you know, and their claw strength is like they can like claw off your freaking hand. That's what's scary. Like they got all those legs and they can move fast, and they're like this, they're the size of a dog, like of a medium-sized dog, and then they got those claws like but it's like in other places, you know, crabs are like this big. So it could be like a situation like that. Like there could be like, I don't know, like the fish in this area are like huge, or like there's like predatory fish like sharks, or like, I don't know, like alligator. I heard alligator. There could be like giant alligator crocodiles here, but in other places this isn't like a problem. So there's something about how you have to adapt to Mother Nature. You have to respect it more wherever you're living here. You could be coming from a place where you don't really have to do that much. Maybe you are watching me from a city. Maybe a lot of people from the city are watching me right now. Or you could be living in a town, like a smaller town that is not really close to nature. Maybe you live in maybe someone who's watching me right now, you could live either in a desert right now, or in a hot, dry place, or somewhere where there's not lots of trees, like close to you in proximity. It could be more like broad, like the land is broad. Maybe someone is like watching me from like a really flat place possibly, or just a place that's not really like, the animals are mild, you know, nature is mild here. It's a small town, maybe a farm town. Someone could be in like an agricultural town that's watching me for pile 2. Or you could be moving to a place that has an agricultural base to it. Definitely getting like country vibes from pile 2, or like a small town watcher. I feel like if you are looking at me right now for pile two, you could like not really have a huge issue with where you live. Maybe you do. Like maybe you are, like your ultimate end goal is to leave where you're living right now. Like you don't want to live here anymore. You definitely don't. Maybe you have issues with like maybe privacy or something about people knowing where you live. Maybe you lived at this place for a good while and maybe you've had a hella exes since then that know where you live. Maybe some of them know where to find you, and it's like maybe you're tired of that and you want to move completely, have a different start over. If it's not exes, it's like ex-friends. It's like kind of like even if even if they're from out of town, it's kind of getting to the point where it's like you don't. I think someone here who's watching me, they don't like that people can access where they live or just know where they live because it's kind of like, oh, that's where Jungle Collective's house is. Like everyone kind of knows something about your place that's established, and maybe you're looking to leave that right now. Maybe there are people in your current town or your current living situation that are very unsavory, very inconsiderate, that you don't want to live around anymore. This could be your family, or this could just be random people around you. You don't want to be dealing with them. But I feel like someone said it sounds scary. I feel like it's, you know what, it sounds scary, but I feel like when you get there, it might be worth it. But there's something about pile two, like this place right now, it's like it's not ideal. It's not ideal. I feel like maybe you are struggling with the fact that it is too small. Like if you are living in a small town right now, maybe you perceive it as kind of small. Like where if you yell at this end, everyone on the other end will hear you. Or if something happens to you, everyone already knows about it tomorrow. Like someone who knows someone who, like, you don't like how small this is. You don't like how everybody plays telephone where you're living right now in pile two. You don't like how everyone already heard something about you or like makes up stuff. Maybe people make up things about you in this town or in your current living situation, or this happened in the recent past or in the past situations that you're trying to avoid. There's something about like long established in this place, and it's like ripping a band-aid. I heard it's gonna be like ripping a band-aid when you leave, because it's like you're so fixed into this place, but you just never planned on staying here. Maybe something happened where you just got delayed. Maybe you dealt with health issues. Maybe you had a kid. Maybe like something crazy happened, like you had there was an accident. Maybe you had to get a job. Maybe you had some emergency happened where you had to save up, and you just couldn't leave. Or you got into a relationship that ended up not going anywhere and you just ended up staying by accident. Something like this where you ended up staying longer than you have to, and there's something about how like you're being sent to this place. I heard you're being sent to this new place to meet more people like you. I heard there's something about how you're supposed to meet more people like you in this place. Maybe, you know what, you know how I said this could be a place that where nature rules over people, so maybe there's not as many people. And you know how I'm saying how you're tired of your small town, but hold on, this is how we know this is a really specific reading, and this is for someone really specific. Maybe you're somebody who's watching me right now that's low-key introverted, and you low-key like don't like large groups of people, but you like meeting people, like people that have things in common with you. And maybe where you live now, you find it kind of small because maybe there's a lack of diversity or a lack of variety when it comes to points of view, and you feel lonely anyways. And so you're being sent to this place where there are less people, and maybe people are more understanding though. I heard Appalachia. Maybe someone's moving to the Appalachian Mountains. Wow, be careful. Be careful if that's you, because I heard it's scary out there. There's some scary folks out there. But maybe this is a place like Appalachia where it's like really small, people are very quaint, you know, but there's some scary characters and there's some really good characters. I also heard Humboldt. Somebody could be moving to Humboldt because, you know, there's like a lot of weed growers up in the mountain. Have you heard of the Triangle of Death, I heard, or the Murder Mountain, where people go missing up there? And there's kind of like a scary history because there's a lot of territorial weed farmers, weed growers in Humboldt, and people go missing and they get killed all the time up there, like all the time. Like there's actually an unnatural amount of missing people in that mountain right now. But it's like a mountain. It reminds me of like what you would think Appalachia is like in a Californian version, where it's like everything's spaced out. Everybody's a little country. Everybody's got like their own thing going on, their own farm. You know, it's a little bit of a drive to get into town, but everybody's got their own compounds, you know, far away from each other. I also heard Oregon. It's also like, Yeah, like something like this where everyone has their own farm or their own little house, but it's like spread out, like to get to the next house over. Maybe there's like a whole brushel of trees to the next to your neighbor. There's a lot of privacy here. I also heard it reminds me of a horror movie. Oh my gosh, what pile two? I'm sorry, I'm so sorry if I'm scaring you with pile two, and this is like not what you wanted. And I don't know why there's a lot of like horror movie references, a lot of I don't know, dude. Pile two, it's kind of it's not creeping me out though. Like I don't feel scared, but there's something about this like on paper that looks scary. Maybe it doesn't seem scary to you, but like in general, this could be like something that maybe not a lot of people your age or a lot of people like you would go for or like feel safe to do, but maybe this is like your opportunity. So this could be like a place that's really out in the country possibly, or like I said, kind of spread out, but you could be somebody, like I said, this is really specific. You could be somebody that like is really introverted though. So you don't really like, maybe you could be kind of nervous or like anxious around like dealing with people every day. Maybe it drains you. Maybe you're an empath. Maybe it's a little bit draining to see people every day, like in a really up close, eye to eye conversation capacity. Like it might be too much for you. And maybe that you were meant to move here because there's like a perfect balance of this. Like you can actually have a private life here, but also if you want to talk to people, you can. I heard you can invite the girlfriends over or the guys over easily here. But it's like everybody's got their own house or their own shed. I heard she shed. If you're married and you move here, you might have your own she shed, like your husband or your wife, even if you're like, in some sort of whatever gender, anyone can build something. So your partner builds you a she shed or builds you a little shed where you do your art or your workshop things, like, but it's really beautiful. Like it's in the middle of nature. Like the moment you open your door, it's like trees, birds. The air is going to be very fresh here. But there's something about I'm like rushing my words. There's something about it where it's like, it's very private, and you're gonna feel very safe. Like I feel like you might even feel like you can walk around naked, like in your backyard at this place. Like you can walk around naked, you can walk around your house naked, nobody's gonna like walk in. I even heard you could even feel comfortable to leave your door unlocked at some points throughout the day, just because like you don't expect anyone to come through. Please don't do that. Please do not do that. Do not do that. But I'm just saying, like, it could have that vibe where you almost forget to lock the door. Hey Jess, good to see you. But like this is like definitely this is a place that's very compatible with you. There's something about how it's less about the people, less about the human to human interactions. And I think the place itself, like the features, like the infrastructure, the resources, and the nature are what's going to be really compatible with you. I think it's going to help you with I heard somebody here is going to be doing a lot more meditation, a lot more exercising, a lot more working out outside. I feel like this place is going to really help enhance that for you. Maybe there's something you like to do. I heard someone likes to hoop. That's really random. Not like basketball hoop. Maybe you do. Maybe you're gonna have a basketball court. But I saw somebody like get the hula hoop and then spin it around on their arm and then do those hula hoop aerobic dance workout things. I don't know. Somebody here could do a lot of really specific exercises or specific sports that are kind of interesting. And this is a place where maybe like you do something interesting like this, and maybe you don't have time to practice it because you live in a town or a city where people will look at you like you're funny at the park going like this with your hula hoops. Or like, I don't know, like, or you could be like me, like you could be like into like boxing or kickboxing like me, and you can like make a lot of noise like when you box. Like everywhere I live is an issue. I'm a horrible neighbor that way because I just 3 a.m., 1 a.m., 12 a.m., all night, because that's just what I do sometimes. And you could be like me where like you do something that makes noise, or it's kind of like people look at you like you're weird, or like it's not seen as like cool where you are, and so you kind of like have to like restrict yourself. And it's like wherever you're moving to here, I heard that other people like to do this activity too. They like to make noise. Like they like to not make noise literally, but like maybe you do make noise. Maybe you're a musician. Whoa, maybe I'm picking up on like somebody who plays electric guitar or likes to sing, likes to play drums. Especially drums are very loud. That is like a huge, like, I hate my neighbor instrument right there. Like you could be a really good drummer. Like you could be like Travis Barker out here, like just smacking everything. And maybe your neighbors right now are like they're not having it. And there's something about how like this new place you move into, you're gonna get really good at drumming or whatever that activity is that you do that's kind of a little bit like a little bit out there, that you restricted yourself from. You're gonna get really good at it just because you're gonna be in a space where you're not gonna be invaded anymore. There's a huge emphasis on privacy that's gonna really heal you about this house that you've been needing. Oh, thank you, Iris. Wow. Oh, it's so awesome to see other people who box in here. That's so fun. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. Or yes. Okay, as Jess said in the chat, maybe you guys just like to blast music and sing. I also do that. I am so annoying. La la la. I'll be just singing like R&B or something really loud, or like just screaming like punk music really loud in here, and I just feel like people just hate me and I just don't care. But like, you know, you could be like me. Like, you just like to sing really loudly in the shower sometimes. You just like to be happy. Or maybe when you laugh at TV shows, you go ha 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 ha. Like, you really fucking laugh with your whole body, and like maybe your neighbors are like, oh yeah, like, you know, or like or like something stupid, like you're like tired of this, like you feel I don't know, you feel neurotic in this area, you feel really like ugh, like just like really just like uptight wherever this is, and it's like wherever you're moving to, you're just gonna let it hang. I heard let it all hang out, like just really be you 100% in the privacy of your home, and this is really going to enhance like the work. Like if you're an artist, your art's gonna get like really good. I heard if you do some sort of sport, like I said, and like I said, I think somebody said in the chat they box, like you're gonna become really good at that, like sport, like boxing or like dancing. Like maybe even if you dance and you're too embarrassed to dance in the place you are now, it's like you're gonna get really good at dancing. There's something about how you're gonna get like really advanced at whatever this is, just because of the privacy that you're getting. Like it's like you're gonna be given finally a space to breathe. Like there's something about how you can sit down and you breathe and you know no one can hear you, and it's like finally it's like something about this place is really going to bring you to your fullest potential, and I'm really happy for you. Okay, so let's see about pile 2. How is pile 2? Should I do the playing cards, or I'm gonna do the shapes? I'm gonna do the shapes cards for pile 2. Gonna do the shapes, the Crayola shapes. Okay, so tell me more about pile 2's next living situation. Pile 2's next living situation. Brown circle in reverse. Pile 2's next living situation. Green octagon. Okay. Again, orange circle. Teal triangle. Okay, so for some of you guys, I see that you could have access to the ocean here. You might have access to either a body of water, like a lake nearby, or like the ocean, literally. You could be like living inland and there's like a huge forest, you know, lots of trees around you, but maybe there's like a little lake nearby that you can drive down, or a creek. There's definitely like a body of water near here that you can fish at. I heard you can definitely go fishing wherever this is. There may also be like deer or like wildlife that walk along the road, or even if this is like a place that's like near some farms, you might see some cowboys walk their horses like on the side of the road, or actually ride them on the road. I went to high school in a town where there were a lot of farms and a lot of people that ride horses. I think there was like a rodeo even nearby the town that I kind of like went to high school in. And I remember when I would go to high school, like when I would walk to school, there would be some people like literally on a horse, like riding on the road next to cars. It was really cool, like in some parts of town. So this could be a place where people do that, like they actually ride their horse like next to cars, or like on the mountain kind of nearby. Like there could be horse trails where people like to just walk their horse. Like this could be a place, like I said, there's a lot of vast space. There's a lot of space to build, you know, things for like animals, livestock, like a lot of space, like farms, compounds. Like this is a really big, like vast space for you here. I feel like there's not going to be a lot of people around you too. Just not a lot of people. I think when you move there, your neighbors may give you their number, like to call them on their cell if you ever need anything, because it's like, it's few and far that you run into each other, possibly. Even if you live directly next to each other, even if there is no trees between you, there's something about how the space is so vast that it's like, it's not really, it's not really gonna be like that, but maybe you like that. You might like that. Star in the reverse. So this is a place, honestly, that I don't know how to say this. This is a place where people are not gonna look at you too severely. I feel like I saw Japan in my head. I know this doesn't sound like Japan, but it could be because there is forests in Japan. There are parts of Japan that are in wilderness. Because in Japan, or like when I see people talk about like their visit to Japan or like how people interact there, they say that it's like really common for them not to really talk to random people. Like it's a really common mannerism in Japan for people to not really talk to random people like we do here in America. In America, you bump into a random guy, you're like, oh, sorry, hey, how are you doing? Hey, like we're really friendly, especially in California. We're very like friendly with each other, random people. We help random people. In Japan, I heard like people notice like it's a lot more like private, like it's a lot easier to be alone. And so this is giving me that vibe, like this could be a place like that where it is socially acceptable just not to talk to anyone or not to see someone very often, or like people don't really talk to you. They're not really going to go out of their way to give you like attention that's unnecessary. You might like this. Maybe you're coming from a place where people give you unnecessary attention, or they gawk at you, or they look at you like you're weird or a freak, or I don't know, or just people like to look at each other. If that's not doesn't apply to you, you could just live in a place where people love to look at other people, and it's to the point where they're really judgmental, or like it makes you feel weird, or you don't really subscribe to that. And this is going to be a place that's opposite of that. Like people don't really look at you like that. Or if you were to go outside in like a crazy outfit, people aren't going to be disrespectful to you. Basically, it's not that people are going to ignore you. I definitely don't see ignore, but I definitely see like if you are like different, or if you have like crazy hair, like pink hair or something, and you're used to people looking at you and staring at you and pointing at you, and then where you live now, it's like when you go to this new place and you decide to, I don't know, wear like a crazy outfit, I feel like people are not going to be disrespectful or rude. People might even compliment you, but it's going to be very like, I heard like really, it might even come across as a little stoic. Maybe someone here is moving to Germany. I heard Germany. That's a really German vibe, honestly. Giving me Germany vibes. Where like people are very cordial, very polite, and they mean well, but it's like it's not like a big deal. It's not like people are gonna go crazy about you. They're not gonna try to make fun of you. It's more like people mind maybe it's more people mind their business. That's what it is. People really mind their business where this is. So even if like I heard like even if you're different in any way, like people are not bothered. They won't blink an eye. Like it's not really their problem. Like not their problem, but like like they're not. I heard like especially like if you come from a place where you're kind of like worried about racism, or like I heard worried about like discrimination in any way, or like even like if you're like a feminine and you're worried about moving to a place by yourself where there's a lot of men or something like this, or if you're gay, I heard that this is a place where people don't care. I heard this is a place where people just kind of move on with their lives and just keep going. I heard libertarian. This I don't know. I don't consider myself a libertarian at all, but like I just heard the word libertarian, so there could be people that follow that type of vibe in this place. Like people are very for themselves, like in their own zone, very mind their own business, have their own fucking thing going on, like to the point where they don't really care about like making fun of people or looking at what other people got going on. Like these are people that are very like in their own worlds. Very private, very, very private. I feel like you will make friends here though, but it will be to a very compatible level where you're not going to be too emotionally exhausted by social interactions here. Even if you go to a bar here, I feel like this is the type of vibe where like if you don't want to talk to anyone, you can keep to yourself and people won't bother you. But if you want to talk to someone, people will be very friendly with you. I also heard you're a really attractive person, so this could be why people won't mind talking to you at this place. Maybe it's like people will go out of their way to even hit on you, but it's giving me a vibe of like it's not going to be disrespectful. So maybe this is a place where people are more mature. Maybe people use bigger words. I heard Pacific Northwest, like people could use larger, like bigger words. They could be like more well-read or like more stoic seeming. They could be very like logical. very educated or smart, or like there maybe a lot of writers. There could be a lot of writers or a lot of educators that came from this place that you're moving to. A lot of philosophers, people that or I heard mathematicians. There could also be mathematicians that grew up or live where you are moving to, like really smart people. I heard engineers that live where you are, like inventors that came from there. um, so maybe people here are very known to be, maybe it could be a college town for some of you guys. It could be like a really well established college town, like a university town that's like for an Ivy League school for some of you, or that's it's like nearby or within proximity. And maybe that's why people here are known to be very educated. But there's something about, if not, it could just be that people in this place are just more, they're more like aware, like they're not very materialistic. Also, this is a vibe of people that are not very materialistic. There could be a lot of like wealthy people that live here, though. There's definitely, like, I heard silent wealth, so there could be like people that live here that are like really wealthy, but maybe their wealth shows up in ways that aren't very typical. So they have, like, so these are people who have seen designer, they've seen fashion, they've seen art, but they could drive like really expensive pickup trucks. They could wear expensive like Carhartt work clothes, but they have the money for like Balenciaga, Chanel, those types of shit, that the designer shit, Versace, and they are aware of it, and they could even go to places that are like that, but they don't really care. Like they don't look like it. This is like a really like a not materialistic place. I think these are people like, I feel like you'll really fit in. Like people, I think when you move here, people will really like you and gravitate towards you because you have a no nonsense vibe about you. You have a no nonsense vibe, and something about how you come from another place. You could be moving to like a state that's very different. Like for example, like if you're from California and this is Georgia, when you move there, people will probably think of you as the California guy or the California person, but they like your, maybe like, how, like, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself, but maybe like you don't act like that California person. Or like if you're from another country, like let's say like you're from I don't know, you're from France and you move here and they're like, oh, you're the French person. But maybe like they assume, like, you go, there's something about how you are, how you act, and how you carry yourself that's really subverts the stereotypes of what these people expect, and they love it. They like love it. Like even if it's like your culture, like you come from a thing, like come from one culture, but you're very familiar with these other cultures, or like you have family that is also from like this culture. I heard invited to the cookout. You would be invited to the cookout immediately. I heard like there's something about how like there's like I heard one cool white lady. So if you're like white, these people could think like you're like a cool white lady. Or I heard cool for a pretty fly for a white guy. I heard like if you're like even if like you're black, like, and this is a place where there's not a lot of black people, they will be like, they'll kind of take you in anyways, and they'll just be like, oh wow, like there's something about how like you subvert stereotypes with your personality, but these people love that about you, and they kind of take you in immediately. They like that you're no nonsense. They like that you're really intelligent like them, but you're different. But this could be a place where there's not a lot of new people that come in there. Maybe there's not a lot of new restaurants. Like it's a really quiet, sleepy type of vibe, and maybe you bring just the right of amount of variety to these people's lives, or to this town's vibes, where people are gonna really, I don't know, there's something about your style or something different about you that really lights up these people. I think that they're gonna really appreciate the just the new vibe you bring in. I think you will be really surprised at how welcome you are. I think here in the beginning with the brown circle and reverse, I feel like when you first move there, you might look at it and be a little scared. You might think that people are mean, or not mean, but you might expect them to be mean because like you're new. But it's like you're gonna be very pleasantly surprised, and these people will be also pleasantly surprised with you too. Like I heard this is going to be a reoccurring reaction, so I don't know if you're going to take that to offense, because I don't know if there's varying levels to things. Like sometimes things can be a microaggression, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes people could be ignorant and not really like never have met somebody like you and accidentally say something that they just don't think about. But like this could be a vibe of like, I'm seeing a vibe of like you keep every time you meet someone new in this place, they're gonna have a very similar reaction. You're gonna notice like a routine when they meet you, like their eyes light up. They're like, oh, like there's like every time you meet a new person, you're like, hi, my name is blah blah blah. They're like, whoa, like you're gonna get that reaction every time you meet someone new here for some reason. You might get used to it. Maybe it's because something about your appearance, something about your culture, something about your language, something about where you're from. Maybe you tell them where you're from and it lights their eyes up and it kind of gets kind of a interaction, or like it starts a conversation. You might get used to this, but it's like in a good way. It's a positive way here. Something about you that being different, it makes people feel gleeful. I heard it makes them feel very like, I heard even more comfortable. They're like more comfortable with you being here. It's wholesome. I'm seeing like a lot of like I don't know. I'm seeing like somebody's like grandma kind of come up to you and be like, I'm so glad you're here. Like, that's really sweet. I'm hearing someone's grandma just be like, I'm so glad they're here. Like, that's so nice. I'm so glad they feel comfortable here. So that's nice. All right. And then I'm gonna finish off this pile and then go straight to pile 3. I'm just shooting straight through this reading. Okay. So what? Tell me more about pile 2's next living situation. You know, what kind of house this is. Oh, something already fell out. What's it gonna be like? Tell me more about pile 2's living situation. How will they get this also? How will they get this? Oh, whoa, these are really jumping out, dude. Wow. There's something about how like, this is going, so whatever house this is that you choose, this could be like one out of a lot of options that you're going to be looking at before you move in. Like there could be a few other houses that are strong contenders. And this is one of those options here, but maybe maybe you have a first option, like maybe you have a house that you really wanted to move in or an apartment that you really wanted to move in, and maybe it doesn't work out. Maybe someone already rents it before you when you finally get the money for it, and you end up in this like, because 4 of Cups is like rejection. I don't think you're going to be really sad about it. You're just going to be like, oh, okay, well, what am I going to do now? And it's like you go to the next best option, and that next best option is this place, and you end up kind of learning as you get here and as you kind of get acclimated to the new area that it is actually the best option. And you might even have a feeling that you were saved from the first option, because you're gonna look back and be like, oh, like this other option, this first house that I wanted originally, it's not good. It's actually, looking back, I don't think I would have had as much fun there as I do here in this open area. Also, when you move to this place, I feel like if you guys make internet content, or if you put yourself out there, or if you have an online business, I heard, or if you have a business in general, like if you start a shop, like a store, and you have a website there, it's like I'm seeing people in this area, like in this town, kind of stalk you. I heard they'll like check on your social media, just to find out who you are. I don't see it as being a bad thing. I see it more as like, oh, what's this new guy or what's this new girl about? And they go and look up your store. So if you do have like a storefront that you're planning on starting, or like some sort of business, or you're starting running your own business out of this house, I heard that people around you that are curious about who you are being new, they're gonna find it, they're gonna look it up, and they're gonna like it. I heard you're gonna actually get some real customers and patrons off of this. Yeah. But I heard you're going to get some stalkers. I don't think they're going to be dangerous. I think they're just going to be people that admire you. I feel like you're going to get some admirers in this place. I'm going to be really honest with you. There's going to be some people that, like I said, this is a small place. Maybe they've never seen someone like you. There might be some people that like literally fall in love with you. Hi, Danielle. Good to see you. 2 of Wands. Wow, Ace of Cups, yeah. So, and I feel like you moving here is going to really start up, it's going to really start up your passion for life again. Like, you're going to really feel like a new person. And also, I feel like you might, if you're single, you are definitely going to find a new relationship once you move here. Like, somebody definitely wants a new start with you. Others of you, this could be like an ex I don't want to say that. Oh, ew. But maybe like maybe you might end up reconnecting with an ex or an ex-friend, and this ex-friend might actually um take you there in some way, move with you there, or help you move to there to start a new cycle with you or start over. Maybe this is an ex that you were with for a really long time, and then you broke up and it was really toxic or bad, and then maybe this person like went to jail and then went to rehab and then went to like 50 psychiatrists and then got medication and then went to a life coach and then like fucking fixed themselves like in an extreme way, and then come to you, and then maybe like you want to start over as friends, and maybe they help you move to this place. Like it could be, it's like some at the same time as you starting a new journey in this new place, you are also starting a new cycle with this person. I don't see it as toxic. I see it as a healing restart, as in like maybe something that happened with this person. Hey Aqua Andy, I saw Aqua's name in the chat. Hey, good to see you. There's something about how like something about this situation with this ex or ex-friend that really hurt you in the past. Like this could have been years ago, 10 years ago, like a while ago for some of you. There's something about it that really traumatized you or kind of like carried itself on throughout like your other issues in life. Like maybe there, like this person was like the root to a lot of like your approach to things. And this could have been someone that you really cared about, and I feel like this person may come in and they may pay you back in this way by giving you this place to live somehow, or like, hey, I need a roommate, or hey, I would like to be friends with you, and by the way, I know this guy who has a place open up right now. I know that you might be looking for a place. And then this person may help you move in, and this is like your first friend. Like your first friend in this new place maybe be your ex, or it may be somebody that you used to be friends with. And I see this being a successful restart. I don't know if you're gonna end up redating this person. I don't see you guys redating this person. I see you guys actually starting over as friends and being really, really good friends, or something like this. But I heard you're gonna meet some new people here. You're gonna really like it. I feel like this is gonna be a fairly medium-sized house. I see wood. It could be a house made of wood. um it could be an older house. I'll be real with you, it could be really old. I don't think it's gonna be like a brand new modern house or like something super contemporary. I see this as an older house. And for others of you, if it is a contemporary house, it was a house built like in the 60s. Like, you know, those modern homes with the modern architecture with like the whole wall is like glass. It could be like looking like that, like a modern house, but it wasn't built like in the last 20 years. It could be like really old, like from the 60s, 50s, but it's like renovated, but it's got like a modular feel. Maybe this is a place that looks really classy, looks kind of expensive, but it's actually older. Like it's actually like built a long time ago and they modernized it really nicely. Eight of Wands. There could be a lot of people that do this. Again, something about how there's a lot of people that are going to do what you do here. So in terms, maybe it could be like a lot of people like to do like to work out, a lot of people like to meditate, a lot of people like to do yoga here, and you also do. There's something about something that you do outdoors or something in your home that is going to be not strange to people here. You might even make friends. So, like, let's say if you meditate every day, but you use a certain kind of chant or you play a loud music while you meditate or while you do yoga that other people where you currently live don't like. Maybe you live in a racist or xenophobic place where they don't like your yoga practice or your religion, or maybe I'm hearing someone could be like Muslim and they could do their prayer, like a specific, you know, their whole routine, and there could be like really xenophobic or very like racist people around you that don't like that. I don't know why I'm picking up on that. This doesn't have to be everyone's story. That's just like someone specific, but it's something about how like when you go to this new place, everybody does yoga. Everybody could have their own prayer way. People don't really care. Maybe you're really spiritual or you're really religious, and maybe the place that you live is really not religious. Maybe people are not really, they think you're weird, and then you move to this place and people are also the same vibe. Like they're the same vibe. They're like, yes, yeah, we get it. Something like this here. This could be a house also where Maybe this could be a house also that you wanted when you were a teenager, I heard, Knight of Wands. When you were a teenager, you could have fantasized or imagined this house. Like if someone asked you when you were a teenager where you would want to live when you grew up, this could be the kind of vibe you were thinking of. Like when you get to this place, you could even like kind of get memories or images of what you used to want, and this is it. Like you could have had a Tumblr or a Pinterest when you were a teenager or in college, and you could have saved photos of places just like this, of the same aesthetic. You could be like, you could be an artist, you could draw, and you could have actually like drawn pictures of this place you wanted or sketched it out, and it's like this is gonna be like that place for you. And I'm really happy for you, honestly. I feel like it's not gonna be without work. There may be some renovations that you may have to do on this place. I heard that this place is going to teach you a lot. It's going to teach you how to do certain repairs. Like you might have to learn how to repair your windowsill. It's not going to be like extreme repairs intense, but maybe, you know, you might actually end up going to the hardware store and having the experience of being a homeowner and actually having to, you know, patch up the paint on your house. You know, you're gonna have to repair the window screen on your windows, you know, do something kind of small like that. This place is gonna teach you a lot about like putting the care into your own home, your own space. This could be your first place that you're moving to that is actually yours, or like your own by yourself here. I'm seeing this place, like I heard this place is very beautiful though. I heard the wood that the home is made of is quite old though. It's like very antique, I heard, very rustic looking. I heard like a lot of people who live here drive pickup trucks. Everybody drives a pickup truck wherever this is, or like they need like a SUV, and not like a fancy round one. I mean like a tough like 4x4 type of car here. Maybe people could go off-roading. People could go off-roading wherever this is. Pile 2. I feel like you're gonna really like the weather here though, and I feel like some of you guys are gonna really end up like full body tanning in your backyard. Some of you guys might even have a view of the ocean, or some of you might hear the of the ocean in the background, but like you live in the forest and it's not nowhere in sight. Could be something like that. Huh, Ace of Pentacles. What is that? What is this? What is this? Maybe there's a problem with the sprinkler system. I heard there might be a problem with the irrigation, the drip system. You might have to repair the drip system because you want to keep your grass green or something. Maybe it doesn't rain much here. Or something about the water you might have to fix, or the gas. Something about not the gas, that's kind of scary. Maybe like maybe the stove isn't going to work when you move in, and you might have to contact the landlord, and they might have to like fix it or give you a new one. Something like that. But other than that, I feel like you're going to really love this place. If that does happen, you might just end up like living off the toaster or the oven. I think you'll do just fine for a while. I mean, not for a while, but like maybe for like a few days until they fix it or something. But I also feel like when you move to this place, I'm also giving a vibe of like you're leaving. Maybe you live in a place where people are also really competitive, and you don't want that. And I think when you move here, you're gonna find out like people are really, really, really not competitive. They're very like sharing. I think people here like to share. There's something about people sharing. There's not a vibe of jealousy. People are not jealous. People here are just way too different. There's kind of like a accepting vibe, like people accept each other here. So like, let's say like there's a man that is like 6 feet tall, and he's like a different race from me, and then I'm short and I'm Asian and I'm me, and and I live here, and this guy meets me, and instead of him being jealous of me or angry with me, he accepts in his mind that I'm literally like several feet shorter than him and do not have the same experiences and did not come from the same socioeconomic background, and this guy is going to mind his business. Do you know what I'm saying? He's not going to try to compete with me. He's not going to say, well, I'm taller, or I have this car, or I have this, or I have this many tattoos. This is like the vibe of people there. It's more like we're so different that it's like I just respect that you are in your lane and that you exist, and that I don't know anything at all what it's like to be you. That's how people are gonna treat you here, but it's really compassionate. Okay. Four of Pentacles. I feel like you're gonna save a lot of money at this place too. Maybe the groceries and the cost of living is gonna be a lot cheaper. Maybe I heard some of you guys may have to save your money though. Like something about saving your money when you live here. Can I get more information? Five of Pentacles, Six of Wands. Yeah. They said in order to be successful in this, you should save your money. Something about like maybe you guys are leaving a job and then living here, and there might be like a point where you have to save money. Like maybe you move here with like a set amount of money to invest in yourself, like you saved up, and you move there and you don't have a job yet, or you don't plan on having one, and you start your business or you start your storefront with that money. And there's something about how you have to save it to keep it kind of, to get the ball rolling. And then it becomes really successful. So there's something about how maybe when you move here, maybe you're not going to have a whole lot of money. You might have to save up. You might have to start over a little bit. But this will result in a success in everywhere else in your life. Like I feel like you're going to, like everything, I don't know, something about how like everything is going to work out in the end. And I think along the way, you're going to have a lot of fun anyways. I don't think you're going to be miserable. I don't think you're going to be going hungry either. There's something about how you're not going to be going hungry at all during this process. It's very, like this, the land provides. I also heard the land will provide. Maybe there is definitely an indigenous vibe or indigenous roots to this land. The ancestors of this land are very powerful. You will always feel peace here. Maybe the spirits will visit you and they'll protect you here. They'll respect you. But there's something about how all you need is the land. You can live off the land, or people live off the land here. Yeah. All right. That is going to be pile 2. I hope that resonated with you guys, brought you some sort of clarity, you know, validated your experiences, or just entertained you. If it did, feel free to let me know. Feel free to leave me a like or a comment letting me know the tea. And if you're still here, thank you so much for being here. I'm going to move on to pile 3 now. And before we get to pile 3, I'm going to, of course, do the singing bowl. And that's going to be the last pile, which is the Mrs. Meyer's Clean Day Spray. Your next living situation. Next living situation. Okay. Okay, and finally, pile 3. Thank you for being here, and thank you to those of you guys who waited this long to get to your pile 3. This is your next living situation. Oh, thank you, J-Mo. I'm so glad that I'm entertaining. I could do this all day, honestly. I love reading for you guys. I love talking to you guys. This is like literally one of my favorite things to do. So thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And yeah, but anyways, like honestly, reading for you guys really does something for me. Like it really helps. Like it really helps me feel better in my life, honestly. And it always brightens the mood, you know? It's always fun. But anyways, sorry. Enough of my yammering. Pile 3. Maybe that is significant for you guys. Maybe pile 3 has to do with the fact that people are entertained by you. Maybe people like you. Maybe you're going to be actually hosting a lot of guests. Pile 3, wherever this is that you're moving to, you're definitely going to be hosting a lot of people, entertaining people. I feel like if you don't have a lot of friends right now, maybe you don't right now who's watching pile 3, you don't have a lot of friends, at least in person, to visit you, see your home. Maybe your home right now isn't really in the kind of state to decorate or make look nice for people. Like maybe it's really kind of like, maybe there's like some repairs to be made. Maybe they're like halfway done repairs on your house. Maybe your house that you live in, it's like been going through a renovation that's taken forever. Like the contractors said they would fucking finish it like months and years ago, and now you have a big hole in the side of your house and you can't have anyone over, and you have not been able to have anybody over, and now you're like looking to move out, like you're done. Maybe you have issues with your landlord, or you have issues with your neighbors or something like this, and you have issues with like the infrastructure of your home. And I feel like you're looking around right now, pile 3, and there's something about how you weren't able to host people in the past before. Maybe you have really nosy roommates, or really invasive neighbors, like I said, like weird people that like look at you through their window screen and stare at people that come over, make people feel uncomfortable. Maybe you have like menacing family members that make people uncomfortable when they come over. I don't know what this is, but there's something about how you weren't able to have guests before. It's like people that are rude or something, or make people uncomfortable, make you uncomfortable. Something about how like the current place you live at right now, you're taking the brunt of like, I don't know, I heard like the treatment, like the condition of the area, so people don't worry about you. Like maybe you're somebody who doesn't let people visit you, and you don't tell them what's going on with your life. You're just like, oh no, there's something going on with my house. But the whole time it's like your neighbors are, you know, starting trouble. They're trying to like scream at you, yell at you. Maybe your family members are barging in constantly. Hey, maybe you have a cousin or a family member that's an addict, you know, like a drug addict, and maybe they know where you live, and they're constantly ringing your doorbell for help, or like to sleep on your couch, and it's like a whole thing. And like it's like you don't feel comfortable inviting people over or having new people over for this reason. Like people are just like, it's just like it's a mess. It's a fucking mess. Pile 3, I feel like your house is a fucking mess. Like literally, like physically a mess, because maybe there's renovations, or it's just like not built well. Like maybe the sockets at your house right now, like the outlets are all upside down, or like the wiring is effed up, the fuses keep blowing out. Like it's just not comfortable or not livable. It feels like it's not livable. Like maybe there's just quirky little things about the doorknob, like you have to turn it backwards and then this way to open it, and it's not very safe, and like things like this, you know. But it's like this is gonna be really different for you. I feel like also whoever's picked pile 3, you don't really live in like a whole house. You could live in like a room or something, and you're like tired of that. Like you want to be able to have your own kitchen or your own bathroom or something like this. Like you're tired of sharing space, and you could be saving up something, again, like how you can't have guests over because, or you can't host people, or you can't host like even like family members or friends or people you care about, because maybe the people around, like you've been dealing with some sort of level of abuse or level of like discrimination, or I heard harassment from the people in your current living situation. I'm sorry, this is so specific. If you don't resonate with that, then I suggest picking another pile. But somebody here really needs pile 3. Like someone who picked pile 3 was like, I really hope this is a good one, because there's something about the people around you making it unlivable, and then the actual property itself is not really practical. Like it seems more temporary, you know. Like the landlord could have said, oh, I'll fix that, or I'll fix the hot water, and he never did, and now you just have cold water. Like it could be some fucked up shit like that. And I feel like your next home is gonna be I heard a class act. I heard your next home is going to be a class act. I heard it's going to be an actual place to yourself. This could be for some of you a condo or an apartment, but it's a really large apartment. You could have your whole entire floor to yourself, or the whole entire area to yourself. I heard like this could even be like a garage area that's been converted into a home, or like a whole like back house, or somebody's like tiny home. It could even be a tiny house that you live in. Like this could be temporary. Pile 3, this could be temporary. Wow, this is the only pile out of all 3 piles that looks temporary, or more like of like a transitional spot. So some of you guys could be staying in a transitional home, but it could be just like maybe a few months. Like this could be a long-term stay, but it's like an Airbnb or a tiny house, or it could just be like it could be like your auntie's house or something, or somebody you know's like backyard, but it's very private. I heard it's going to be very private. It's going to be basically your own place though. So this is going to be the hookup. I heard some of you guys are not going to have to pay rent for this, or the rent will be covered by somebody else, or you're going to have an amount of money that will definitely cover the rent for this spot. That's why I'm getting like family member vibes, like someone's doing you a favor, they're doing you a solid by letting you stay here, and it's like actually going to benefit you a lot. It's a lot better than the place you're coming from. Maybe you're even coming from a place of trauma of like every time I move somewhere new, it's always some shit. And it's like you're gonna go into this place thinking it's gonna be some more shit, especially if it's from a family member, or if it's like a place that's not fully private, like it's on somebody else's farm or their property. But you're gonna be pleasantly surprised to find out that this place is gonna feel like your own little house. It's gonna feel like your own little apartment. If this is a room in someone's place, it's like no one's gonna bother you here unless you want them to. So I heard this is gonna actually still feel like your own place, but it could just be like some place that you don't really pay for. It could just be like, again, the back of someone else's house. It's not like a real official legit like property, but it does have running water. It's got a really good shower, great water pressure, you know, a new toilet. I heard a new mattress. Like this place is really nice, and I heard it's gonna be. I heard some of you guys have like an auntie or an uncle that is starting an Airbnb and they have like a large property, and some of them might reach out to you and be like, hey, do you want to stay on the property and help me run the Airbnb? Maybe they might even have you like clean it and then be like, you don't have to pay, just clean after the guests and just be the on-site staff. I heard like if this is somebody with a large amount of land or acreage, you know. Others of you, it could just be like something like, if this is again something about Airbnb or rental, like somebody trying to start a rental and they kind of let you stay in it. It's like something about how like maybe if it's not that, it could be that like this could be a place that you are like testing out for someone. Like maybe someone comes through and they're like, can you test out this Airbnb and like tell me what it's like? And others of you, it's like they're just doing you a solid. They're like, you can just stay here. Something like that. You could just stay in my rental and it's free, and you know, just do me this favor. Like you might water, I don't know, maybe I heard some of you guys might agree to water this person's plants. Like maybe they have a really large garden that they can't handle. This could be an elderly person. For some of you guys, this could be like an older family member that like lives by themselves and you don't see them very often, and they have like lots of plants and they're too old to water them all. And maybe like the deal is you water all the plants and then they let you stay there, and it's like a really nice place. Like it's an actual rental with like a all brand new features, and this is like a temporary fix for you, and you could even, until you like find a job, settle down. This is a place that could be, I heard like it's temporary, but it is away from where you live. So this is either gonna be in a state that you want to move to, but it's like kind of like you're transitioning, like you're just kind of like getting into it, you're warming up to the place, you just got there, and you're getting on your feet, I heard. And others of you, this could be like hold on. I just lost my thought for a second. For others of you, this could be like a place that you stay in and you just save up rent. Like I don't know, you get a job, like, or I heard someone might get a job at a restaurant and you like rack it up staying here, and then you get a real place, and this is like just temporary. I just keep saying this is just temporary, but I heard that you're gonna actually make a lot of memories at this house. You're gonna make a lot of memories at this house. I heard that you're gonna like have a lot of good times, like good memories. I don't see any bad memories. I heard it's to the point where the day you actually do end the lease or leave, it will be I heard you're gonna be teary-eyed. I heard you're gonna cry when you leave this house, because I've been seeing videos of people being like, this is officially no longer my house, like I'm moving away and I've lived here all my life, and they're like crying because they're so sentimentally attached to it. It's like their childhood house. It's like this is like gonna be like that for you. I heard like you're gonna actually get a lot of things done at this place, work-wise, career-wise. You might actually meet someone and date somebody and like cultivate that relationship in this temporary space. And for others of you, if you're already coupled up with someone, you might like have a baby with this person or raise your kid, if you already have a kid, in this place, and you're gonna make a lot of happy memories, and it's gonna have a lot of like sentiment to you by the time you leave. So there's different situations for people, but I feel like pile 3, it's not a bad situation. I feel like, again, on paper, like pile 2, it seems bad. Like maybe at first you're gonna be like, okay, I'll accept it. This is like my second option. It's whatever. Like you got to do what you got to do, right? It's not perfect. Just from what they're telling you, but it ends up being the most accommodating stay. Like very accommodating, very like nice, very luxurious. I heard it's gonna be very luxurious. You're gonna feel like you don't deserve it sometimes. I feel like, especially if this is a family member, like an aunt of yours or somebody like kind of distant, you may be like, oh my gosh, like what did I do for you to help me like this? But it's really because like it's your karma. This is like karma for all of the times that I feel like you delayed your life for other people. I feel like you've delayed your life for other people, especially maybe your family. Some of you guys, you come from a big family, or you come from a family that relied on you a lot in the past, and maybe you delayed like your life, like your younger life, or like, if you're, let's say you're younger and you wanted to party, or you wanted to move out, you wanted to go do things, you wanted to experience things. It's like maybe some of you guys who are watching this, you come from a big family that like expects you to stay home, for the rest of your life, get married, and then stay with the whole family, and just stay with us, stay with us, stay with us, stay with us till the end, take care of grandma, take care of everybody. And it's like there's like also a weird guilt, around your family or something like this, where you're leaving. But it's like, this is your karma, this is like the justice for that. They want you to live life. That could be why you're not going to be paying rent for this place, or you could be receiving some sort of government benefits that actually fully cover this space, and it's going to feel like almost like a vacation, or almost like I heard like lucid dream. I heard a lucid dream. You're going to like find yourself in this place. I feel like you're going to be really comfortable. Sorry for the creaking chair. You're going to be feeling really comfortable to experiment with your look also when you live here. Like, this could be a place that's in a city. I heard that this could be a tiny house or a home that's in a city, or in a area that's a little bit outside the city. There are gonna be like coffee shops nearby, I heard. Okay, tell me more about pile 3. Oh, these came up, so I'm gonna take this one because this one is the first one to come up. Black square. Okay, black square. Tell me about pile 3's next living situation, next home. Thank you. Thanks for being here, Aqua. Bye. All right. Pile 3, next living situation, next home. Knight of Pentacles. So this is definitely a place that you're going to be saving your money at. This is definitely a place that you're going to be building up your career or your money. You're going to definitely be racking it up and saving it here. There's also something about the energy of this house that is going to open up for your manifestation and abundance. Like something about the energy flow. This person that you're going to be staying with could be very aware of feng shui or arrangement of furniture or energy. This could be a mildly metaphysical or spiritual person, whether or not they're public about it or secret about it. Like this could just be somebody that's mildly aware of energy, like spirits, or just like God in some small way. It doesn't have to be super religious. They could just have a cross on the wall. They could just have one cross on the wall, and they can understand that that cross might make the area feel nicer. Like it could just be that small. Like it doesn't have to be, or they put a Buddha statue in the house, and they can understand that it just makes it feel calm. So they do that. It could be that small. It doesn't have to be super religious, super spiritual, but this could be like a home where like you're gonna feel very like comfortable, very, very like protected, definitely very spiritually protected in this home. I feel like this is like, it's, even if you're older, even if you're like, you consider yourself mature, watching me right now, like older than me or something like this, where you're in a place in your life where you're pretty experienced already, you're gonna feel like a kid again in this place. Something about how like you're gonna age in reverse at this place. You're gonna feel like a college kid again, or like a teenager. Like you're gonna feel like you're in a space where you can discover like you're free. Like, oh, let me go to this place in town today. You're gonna have the energy, because the energy flow here is really good, and it's like something about it, how everything is, something about how like the positive vibes here and like the security just kind of fosters for that, fosters for like the right, the right energy to come in for more money, like the right, I'm sorry, I can't put it into words. It's like fostering the right environment to receive. I heard fostering the right environment to make you be ready to receive from yeah, what you're trying to manifest from the universe here. So this is also being open to receiving your good karma in this situation. Nine of Pentacles, you're going to become very, very financially independent. I think when you finally leave this space and move to the next one, it's going to be when you're financially independent, when you're ready to go. It's not going to be when you're rushed here, Nine of Pentacles. It's going to be when you're in the Nine of Pentacles energy, when you kind of figured it out. You've got a good job, a good position, you're secure in that position, or you're secure in your finances, in what you want to do with your life, and you can move on from there. Or like I said, you meet somebody, you get you get them pregnant, and then y'all got to move, and you're looking at your finances and things are looking good. Maybe y'all get engaged. I don't know. It's like this is the home before the next step, and it's looking really nice. But it's like it's gonna be a lot of fun. I feel like you're gonna meet new people. You're gonna meet a lot of new people in this city or this town, even if it's the same city or the next city over. It's like you're gonna still be meeting new people in that area. Hey, Star. Oh, wow. Thank you, Tina. Thank you for all the confirmations, guys. That's so exciting. Happy for you guys. Two of Cups. Wow. Yeah, some of you guys, if you're single, you're definitely meeting somebody that you're going to be dating. You might actually start a family with this person or end up in a really long-term relationship with this person. Others of you, you're going to move with this person out of this transitional home. It's like I see somebody moving into this Airbnb transitional spot, temporary temp spot, single or by yourself or going through a divorce. And it's like you're gonna meet somebody while you're living there. You're gonna invite them over, you're going to host them, you're gonna cook them the first dinner there, and it all ends up kind of having a domino effect. And it's just looking really good. I just feel like it's just, yeah, Six of Cups. You're going to remember this place very fondly. You're going to have something about memories. You're going to have a lot of photos in your photo album of this place. You're going to remember it. You're going to be like, oh, don't you remember Auntie Rebecca's cabin in the woods that we used to live in, and where I started my first blah, 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 or where I got my job at that town. Like, you're going to keep thinking about it. You're going to remember it. Seven of Wands. You're definitely going to feel safe here. You're not going to feel like you have to defend yourself. Like I said, somebody who's watching me is coming from a place that's very invasive or very like cruel, I heard, or just like the energy is very draining. And I feel like you're leaving that energy for a place like this. I feel like you're coming in really stressful. I see somebody like loading up the building, or not the building, loading up the house with bags, and you're sweating and you're like breathing heavily. Like you're coming from a really frantic place, I heard. But then you're gonna calm down immediately and realize the silence and the peace of this place, it's actually there to stay. And you're gonna be able to finally cultivate the life you want in this place and then figure out where you actually wanna move. 10 of Cups, dude, Nine of Cups. Do I need to say more? 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 I had to say that 3 times because do I need to? This is everything you want out of a reading. This is the yes and the yes right here. 9 of Cups and 10 of Cups. 9 of Cups, when you live here, you're gonna be developing yourself into such a higher vibrational version of yourself. You're not gonna need anybody, and you're still going to find somebody if you don't have somebody. And others of you, it's like this place is gonna help you be so secure in yourself. Like so confident, self-love. This place is going to allow you to do all your self-love rituals, I heard, or self-care rituals. So like maybe if you're somebody that likes to take spiritual bath, this is a place with a really nice bathtub, like a brand new bathtub you're going to take baths in. There's like a lot of spaces for this type of stuff here. I also heard you're going to be allowed to forget about the trauma of the last house that you're coming from. Living here, like this is really gonna heal you. I feel like you're not gonna hear anything from neighbors. You're not gonna hear anybody, like any noise. I feel like it's gonna be silent unless you choose it to be. So unless you invite people over, it's gonna be very, very private as well. And it's gonna be a relief for you. 10 of Cups, like you're gonna be really happy. Very, very happy in this place. I feel like when you move there, you're going to even think that you're going to stay there for a long time. When you move there, you might think that you're going to be there for years because of how much you like it and how perfect it is for you, as if anything couldn't get more perfect for you. And it's like you might meet somebody that you're gonna marry, or you might have a kid, and it's like, holy crap, like now I have to move from this place, and now I have to find an even better situation. So it's like really happy. I feel like this is like your karmic reward. This is like your justice, and this is like basically the universe kind of transitioning you and kind of like easing you into a better life, into your actual like higher vibrational self too. Because you know, there's a weird vibe about like, if they were to just drop you in straight from this situation that's stressing you out, right? Like I said, if you're living in a situation right now, especially where like people are yelling at you, screaming at you, or some things are really hostile, or things are always constantly just shaking around you, and everything is just really chaotic, and people are angry, racist, discriminatory, effed up, hateful, jealous, whatever around you, giving you negative vibes, projecting. It's like they don't want you to go straight from that stressed out, like defend yourself 7 of wands or 9 of wands vibe. They don't want you to be stuck in that when you receive this, your actual life with like the actual marriage, the kids, and the house. They don't want you to go straight from this to that. They want you to ease into it. They want you to have a chance to enjoy life. They don't want you to be all work, plan. It was like a baby crying outside. So that could be significant. Again, something about kids. You might end up having kids here. But it's like earthquake. But it's like, this is beautiful. This is gorgeous. This could be a bungalow for others of you guys. Again, there's something about a vibe of a bungalow or a tiny home here because of a box, but it will feel very spacious. It'll feel really like good. I don't know. It's like, it's not too small, not too big. I feel like, especially if you're somebody, okay, I'm sorry, I yap so much, but like when I first started living by myself, like when I like turned 20 or whatever, when I first started experiencing living by myself for the first time, I remember that I would force myself to never watch horror movies ever, because I knew that my imagination would go crazy living by myself, and I would fucking drive myself insane. So for a good like 2 to 3 to 4 years, I totally swore off horror movies, like ever watching one. And I love horror movies, but I was like, I cannot do this to myself. I can't live here by myself and then freaking watch a movie and then hear every noise at night. So because I was like, I just know myself. That was before I kind of realized that I was actually intuitive, and everything I was hearing was actually like a real thing. And now here we are. Now I'm reading for you, and now I'm on the other side of your phone talking to you. Hi. But like, this was before that happened. But like, I don't know what this is, but it's like, I was thinking of that because maybe this space is gonna be just the right size where like if you especially are somebody that doesn't like horror movies, or you're somebody that like doesn't like feel super comfortable being by yourself all the time, especially in a new space like by yourself, then they want to say this is a space that isn't going to be too big. Like, this isn't going to be a large house where, you know, today, like 2 out of the 3 days you go to that room over there. Like, it's not going to be so big and you know, so like I heard over exaggerated, or so like I heard the responsibilities are smaller because this is a smaller space. It's easier to control. Like, you can manipulate the space and the furniture easily in this, but also you're going to feel more safe. Because there's something about how, like, you know, when you live by yourself, you always think about, like, who's hiding in my furniture? Who's hiding under my bed? Who broke in? You know, like, you're checking around with the pepper spray and the baseball bat, and you're like, all right, like, you go all Call of Duty on them. Oh, my God. I swear, I left that lamp on that table. And then you start coming in like you're like ready, you know what I'm saying, with the pepper spray and the flashlight. You're like, okay, move in. This is not going to be like that. I think you're going to know exactly all the sounds in your home. It's not going to be too big, too small. It's not going to be too cramped. You're going to have space for all of your storage, but at the same time, you're going to feel safe. You're going to be able to hear all the things. You're going to be able to hear where your cat is, your dog is in the house, if that's something you're concerned about. Like, maybe if this is a larger house you live in, you know, you're like, kitty, come back, and then you don't hear your cat, and then you got to run around the whole house to look for your cat or your dog. Like, hey, doggo, you know, come home. It's like stuff like that. This is not going to be a problem. You're going to be able to hear them in the next room. You're going to be able to hear your pets, your children, you know, whatever animal you have. You're going to know what's going on at all times, and that's going to bring you a lot of comfort. It's like really, it's like kind of, it's an ideal. I feel like it's ideal. It's an ideal. It's not the most ideal situation because this is still strings attached to some sort of family member or some sort of opportunity that was given to you by a family member possibly, or somebody that it's a something about how you receive this may be a little awkward at first because it may be from somebody that you don't really talk to anymore, or that you used to not get along with but now you do, or something like this is happening. It doesn't have to be a family member. It could be like a distant friend, or like somebody like that like I heard a co-owner, like somebody that used to own a business with you or something like this. It's like, yeah, this is cool. Yeah. Eight of Swords. This also, there could be something about like, there could be like a really, I don't know, this is really random, but there could be like a really well-known prison in this town, or like a really well-known jail, or like facility, rehab facility, like a really well-known one in this town. Because I got the Eight of Swords, and Eight of Swords told me jail, and I was like, oh, is there a police station nearby? Like maybe there could be like a large police station nearby or something like this, like well-known. Two of Wands. Yeah, like because I was just watching a documentary today, this morning while I was getting ready, about Japanese prisons, the Japanese prison system, and how they operate compared to prisons here, because you know how much the American prison system is kind of a mess. And they do shit there so differently. It looks like a really, like they said basically in Japanese prison that the actual attendance, like the amount of criminals that get sent there, is actually lowering every year because of how insufferable it is to live there. Like it's really, like, it doesn't look very fun. It doesn't look like there's a lot of space to like live life in jail like they do here in America. You know how here in America in prison they be like flipping burgers on their bunk beds and and smoking weed in there and having like whole ass like phones, whole ass iPhones in there in jail. It's like in Japan it's really strict. Like they make them march everywhere, and every day they have to clean everything. Like they have to clean the actual toilet with like a brush, and like everything, and everything has a place. Like they have a basket for like your toothpaste. Everything has to go exactly in the place, and all the futons have to be folded up exactly. Like it's crazy. And so nobody ever wants to do crimes to go back in there. I don't know why I got that. That's so funny. But like something about the prison, I don't know, like, oh, you know why? Yeah, because I thought it was funny because in that documentary they had a festival for the prison, and then there were like a bunch of like Japanese girls wearing like the prison uniform outfit, but they were like cutesy about it, and I thought that was so weird. That was so weird. They're like kawaii, and it was like this prison outfit, and they got the little baton, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like please don't arrest me. But it's kind of like, maybe this is like a town, like I said, where like there's like a large police station or a prison that's well known, and people like know it for that. Like they could even have merch, or like a gift shop, or some sort of like, I heard like Alcatraz. It could even just be Alcatraz. It could be San Francisco, and this is Alcatraz I'm talking about for some of you. You know how people visit Alcatraz, the closed prison, and they take tours, and they have like a little t-shirt that says I was in Alcatraz, and they have the little fake prisoner number, and they could have merch like that, like I was on Rikers Island. I went to Rikers, and it's like a t-shirt. I got this t-shirt at San Quentin. I don't know why that's so funny, but I just think stuff like that is just so like morbidly, like, I don't know, like I just find morbid stuff like that kind of funny sometimes. But this could be like a place that celebrates like things like that. Like they have like a law, something about the law here. Like they have, I don't know if that's always a good thing, you know, it's kind of a little weird, but maybe for some of you guys it's not prison, but it could be like military. There could be like a really popular military base where this is, like a famous military base, or some sort of military like attraction. I heard, like, you know how they have like the Pearl Harbor like exhibit thing in Hawaii, like it could be like that too. Or like over here in the San Francisco Bay Area, we have like we have a thing called Fleet Week, and all of the guys from the Navy come in, and they walk around, and they park their ships right at our docks, and then we just look at it. We just look at them. We look at how shiny they are. And it's called Fleet Week. And so you could live in a place like that. Like this could be a city where that's kind of popular, or maybe a lot of soldiers are stationed, or maybe there's a popular police academy nearby, something like that. This could just be a confirmation for you. It doesn't have anything to do specifically with your home. I just think it's just a confirmation of the area. Like just something kind of a little bit quirky or strange about this place. Um, oh, woo. Someone said, Meta Crazy says, it's where in Florida, largest woman maximum state prison. Okay, wow, I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that was where that was, but thank you for that fun fact. So maybe for some of you guys that you might be moving somewhere where it's well known for something like that, a little bit like either quirky or really specific, really like, but like, hi guys, sorry, my phone died. Hopefully you guys are logging back in here, but I'm just gonna continue pile 3. So like, I feel like, other than those little things about the town, I feel like the town is gonna be, it's gonna have like a lot of coffee shops, a lot of little cafes, a lot of little cute spots where you can meet people, meet up with friends. This is definitely a walkable city, walkable town. It's very small. I don't think it's like a really big town though. I don't think it's like, maybe it is. It could be for some of you, because I did pick up on San Francisco. I almost said Santa Cruz, so somebody could be moving to Santa Cruz. This is there's parts of this place that are very scenic. I feel like this tiny house or whatever this unit is or this home is, it could be like also somewhere kind of scenic, but it's like in a neighborhood that might look suburban. So maybe, like I said, at first glance, like right when you get there, you might not be extremely excited because maybe it looks like suburbs from the outside, but maybe once you open the gate and go to the back, it's like a whole thing. Like maybe you even get beach access. Like it might be something crazy like that, like forest access, beach access, like I don't know, town access. Like maybe your door just goes straight to the downtown and you can go straight to a bar from your backyard. Like it could be something really cool like that. Definitely very walkable. I feel like this town may also be known for music. There may be like some musicians that live there. Or there could be like famous rapper, famous singer that are from this town. Like, oh, I've heard of this town before because so-and-so, the singer, is from there. It could be like something like that. Like I'm from San Jose, and I think like, who is it? Who's from San Jose? Or who used to live in San Jose for a second? Janae Aiko, is that her name? Janae Aiko. She lived in San Jose. Aiko? Sorry, I said her name wrong. She lived in San Jose for a good moment, like a good minute, I think, when she grew up. And I think her dad like lived there for a while too, like until like recently. Like he actually, I think her dad was like a well-known like marijuana doctor in San Jose. That's how I know. So like, I don't know, maybe this also could be a city where recreational marijuana is legal. And yeah, there could be like famous people that came from this little town. There could be like certain restaurants where, you know, people like play the music. It's like there's like a local pride. There is a little bit of a local pride here. I think you'll like it. I think you'll like the people here too. I also want to say there's something about how there's nobody that looks like you here too. There is nobody that looks relatively like you here, but I don't think it's going to be received badly. I think it's going to be very good for you. I think it's going to force other people around you to really broaden their horizons. And I think it's in a good way. There's something about how, like, yeah, you're gonna be the only person that looks like you here, and it's gonna stay that way. I don't even think people will copy you. Like, there's something again about sorry, there could be a vibe of like you coming from pile 2, because I said in pile 2, all the people in pile 2 are very not competitive and very focused on themselves. So you could be coming from pile 2, watching pile 3, and this could be what I'm picking up on for some of you guys. But for others of you guys, yeah, like people will really appreciate you too. I feel like you're gonna feel really appreciated. Like something about like your presence will really light people up. Like maybe you're a really fun person. Maybe you have like really funny jokes when you talk to random people. Like you're gonna make friends really fast here. I feel like you're gonna get really popular really fast. I'm thinking about when one time somebody, oh no, you know what? No, sorry. I'm getting all these downloads. I'm thinking about this one time I was talking to these people at my job, and I didn't know them very well. and they were like, and I'm like, I'm an Asian guy, and they're not Asian. I think they're like Mexican, and they're like, hey, why don't you come with us to the Mexican club? And I was just joking, and I was like, yeah, sure. And I just started dancing, and they're like, you're gonna be popular. And I just keep remembering that. I was like, oh, he's gonna be the center of attention. You're so, like, cause I was just joking, but they were like, you're gonna be the center of attention. They're hella joking, like, this random, like, it's just funny. Like, I'm just thinking of that, like you could be that one random white lady that's at that bar and everybody else isn't white, and it's like kind of funny, but you're the center of attention. Or like you're like me, that one Asian guy at the Mexican club dancing, and they're like, oh, who are you? Who the fuck is this clown? Who is this dude? Like, it's kind of like funny, or like it's kind of like one of those vibes. Or like you could be black and you're like the only person at the country bar. Like, it could be like a country music bar, but you like country music, and you could be black, or you could be like Asian like me, or like Hispanic or something like this, or Native American. Like, you subvert something and you go there, and maybe you're even nervous, and they just accept you. It's like people like that you're there. They're like, hey, that's the one guy that likes country music. Hey, buddy. Hey, bro. Wow. They're like almost impressed, amazed. It's funny. Like, it's giving me a large vibe of like, you're that one person, like Danielle's. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Yeah, it's like, I think it's like endearing. I think people really like this about you. I think people really like it. Like, like you will be the center of attention in a good way. I think it's like, I don't know why I'm so happy all of a sudden. I'm like really brightened up. There's something about seeing you in this place that will really brighten people up. They're just like, that makes me laugh, but then it's also wholesome, but then it's also like, and it doesn't have to be a club or a bar. It's just in general, you being here makes people happy. Maybe you're just beautiful. You could be like freaking gorgeous, and people are not from your culture here, and they might like literally like, I don't know, I heard someone wants to like wait hand and foot for you, bro. Oh my god, they're like, oh man, they're gonna be like, you're like, I heard someone wants to call you like they're gonna treat you like a princess or prince. They're like, and I'm not saying this in like a fetishy way or a weird like racial way, because it doesn't have to be like that. It's just more like, you're so interesting, please let us get out of the way, please. Like, I'm seeing people like stand here, face you, and then when you get into the restaurant, they're like just like stepping aside and like just letting you walk in. It's just kind of like almost like a celebrity vibe, but not really. It's just like something about you being so different makes people so happy. I think there's just some people that are bored. I'm also thinking of this old lady that I saw in this video where this isn't funny, okay? It's not supposed to be funny, but this girl was recording her grandma, and her grandma was like, sometimes I'm so bored, I want to die, and then I don't know how to. And so I just sit there, and the girl is like, grandma, don't say that. And I was just like, bruh, like, I don't know. I don't know why that video is so funny for me, but like, I mean, she's being so honest, and I just feel like there could be old people like in this town that's just like that grandma, where they're like, I'm just so bored. And it's like, when they see you, they're like delighted. Like, maybe even old people will be happy to see you. Like, old people, all kinds of people, they're like, I'm so bored. And then they see you and they're like, they're like, wow. It's like something about you is a party. I don't know. Pile 3 is a party, and people love it. And this is like a medium sized to like smaller city, or like a smaller segment of a large city. That has its own culture, has its own demographic that's specific to it that you probably don't match, but something about how they like you. They love you, dude. I don't know. There's also something about how like, also there's a weird vibe of like, right now, if you live in a place where you already match that, like you're already like, for example, like Danielle in the comments, like you're the only Latina in like your neighborhood right now. And people don't treat you right. They're really fucked up to you, racist to you, mean. Maybe they judge you. Maybe they're like, why does she do her makeup like that? Why does she look like that? Why is she wearing that? Or like, you're like me. I'm the only Asian guy here in this neighborhood, and it's like, oh, why is he doing that? When you move to this place, your karma from dealing with discrimination or being isolated or alienated constantly, it's also getting paid back in this living situation, okay? So like, if you've ever felt traumatized, I don't know why I'm so brightened up, but like when you move here, there's the trauma around like meeting different people or different people reacting to you goes away immediately. Like, it's gonna go away immediately. Like, everybody, you might even like, especially if you're in a community right now that like doesn't accept you or something, like racist towards you, and you go to this place, there's gonna be like people from all kinds of backgrounds and communities. This is reminding me of LA, because like LA has like what, like they have like Koreatown, and then they have like all the other neighborhoods are kind of separated, right? But you still see people from all sorts of different diversities going to every different neighborhood. Like we all cross each other there, you know, or like here too in the Bay Area, cross each other to go to this neighborhood. Like, oh, I got to go to the Korean neighborhood to get this, the gochujang sauce, and then I got to go to the Mexican neighborhood to go get this kind of seasoning, this kind of meat, and then I got to go to this neighborhood for this hair product. Is something about this where there are separated segments, even possibly. Maybe you don't live in a segment where you're seen a lot, but you will be very accepted, like accepted very like fully. And it's like something about you being the center of attention, and it's kind of like, I heard like it's almost adorable, like it's almost really cute. Like I don't know why it's giving me a cute vibe, but like I just feel like you could be coming from a place where you're just used to people not accepting you, making fun of you, like excluding you from things, and then like it's like these people just make up for it so hard. Like you're gonna meet people that just so desperately want you to be part of their shit. Like they're not gonna be mean to you. They're not gonna try to be passive aggressive, snooty, try to pretend to be better than you and trick you into caring about stuff. Like no, these are people that are gonna look at you, respect you, and be like, yo, like I really fuck with your energy, and I really would like you to go with me and my friends to this place. And hey, do you want to drink with us? Like we really like your style. Like, or I really like how you did that. I really like how you did that at the gym. Do you want to do some reps with me? Something like this. It's like people really, I don't know, like people are really going to want your energy, but it's not going to be in a bad way. Maybe right now you're in an opposite energy where people don't want your energy, or they want to make you feel like your energy isn't valuable. And maybe you just have an excess of energy, maybe even excess of love. For others of you, sorry, this could be in a romantic sense where you have lots of love inside, and people here are not really receptive of it. They could be like in your current place now, they could just be really ignorant, effed up, make you feel like you're not worth, you don't have a right or equal worth to receive love. And I feel like when you move to this place, it's like completely subverted. Like you're going to, like, even especially if you had trauma, like about like people in general, like this is gonna go away. Like people are almost excited to accept you. People are gonna be excited to accept you. Like I heard even if you like start at a place like a job where like everybody, like let's say you're not Asian and you start at an Asian owned business, they're gonna like fucking like take you in and like make you part of their family, and then like everybody just kind of treats you like one of them. It's kind of like this. It's giving me that vibe. Like there's no hesitation. There's zero hesitation to acceptance. There's zero hesitation. You're gonna find that actually you are a likable person. You actually are normal, or not normal, but you're not actually crazy or weird or freaky. You're actually attractive. People actually want to get to know you, and actually your culture does actually have a lot of things in common with other people, and maybe the way that you were brought up or the way that you carry yourself is actually really compatible with other people in other cultures too. You're actually very liked by other people, and you're gonna find that out in this place. That could even have something to do with like your romance situation, or like something to do with the next place you're going to be living. You might even figure out, hey, these people really taught me a lot. Maybe I'll go with them to travel or something, and you might get a job this way. You might find your next home this way. You might find your next husband or wife this way. For those of you, yeah, some of you. All right. But I'm going to leave that reading there. I hope that resonated for you guys. You really liked, the information I brought up, or it made you feel heard, or if it was just entertaining. Feel free to let me know in the comments. I'd really appreciate it. If you guys feel like called to donate, you can go ahead and donate to the link in my the little description there. There's also information about that on my channel in the About page. What else? Also, if you want to book a personal reading, I am having those open right now. I'm full blast, full blown doing personals again. So go right ahead, send a request if you'd like a personal reading. If you'd like me to look at something specifically for you, a specific topic, there's going to be information about that in my channels about pricing, everything you need to know there. And if you have specific questions, you can email me directly at jungleintuitive at gmail.com. But anyways, I'm looking forward to your guys' responses, and I'm also excited to hear when you guys move to these places and you let me know how it goes. It's just I just like how it ended on that note. That's all. But anyways, thank you so much, guys, for joining me today, being here, and being so patient with me and waiting for this video to come out. I really enjoyed doing it. This was a really fun reading for me. I think my next video is going to be a collective oracle reading. We're going to go back on that, on some energy check-ins. But until then, I'll see you guys. I'll be in the community. I might go on tomorrow. I'm gonna see how my energy levels are. I'll let you guys know in the community. But anyways, until next time, peace. Namaste.